Oh my gosh. Cup, ice, straw, and the lemonade. That's harder. That's what I should have said. I should have said the lemonade's harder, but I didn't realize it was harder lemonade. I thought it was just hard. And when I'm done drinking this, I'm out. I'm so glad tomorrow will start the weekend. So glad. So very glad. Because the weekend means date night, thrift stores, yard sales, finding new ways to source. I love the weekends. It'll be better when we get the other car fixed or we get another vehicle like a truck or whatever. We were looking at a van, but it wasn't worth the gamble. We didn't know if it needed work. Something to haul more stuff. We got time for that. Oh. Mm-hmm. Hi. Oh yeah, I cut my hair. I cut it. And it was weird how it happened. I took my shower, and just like because I wash my hair every other night, just like every time I wash my hair every other night, as I rinsed it, I felt the weight of the water pulling on it, and I was like, God, this shit is too heavy. It's just too heavy. And I've been wanting to go to a salon and get it cut, but it's taken forever for me to feel comfortable enough to have someone in my face. You know what I'm saying? With all this COVID shit, even though I've had my shot, I can't. I don't want it in my face. And it was long. I cut 7. Let me just tell you what happened. So I was going to do a video of it. I was going to do this whole video of me cutting my iconic long hair. Like everyone knows that, I had this long hair, and it was just longer than it had ever been at this point. But it was just taking forever, and I wasn't coming around. And I finally said, this is bullshit. I'm not defined by my hair. I'm simply not. So I get out of the shower, and I know that I'm going to have a migraine the next morning, like I always do, because my hair is so long that every single day, hair wash at night or not, I have a headache. And I have to take something for it every day. And I knew it was because of my hair. And I chopped it, girl. I just went, I'll tell you what happened. So I needed moral support. I just wanted a witness. So I FaceTimed to my daughter. It was like 2 a.m. and I called her, and she was like, hey, what are you doing? I had already parted it down the middle and had it on one side. And when she said, hey, what are you doing? Hi, Lynn. I did this. I picked up my hair and I had my scissors and went, and she started smiling. I said, I'm doing it. And she said, Mom, go to a salon and get it cut. I said, I can't. And she went, I'll cash app you the money. I went, it's not the money. I don't want anyone in my face. She went, oh, okay. And as I snipped up against the camera, snip, and each time she'd go, ooh, ooh, ooh. I was like, it felt so good. And I was like, I just did that. I just fucking did that. And I was just so happy. And then I took the other side and brushed it out and held it up. And that's when I got done with it, I just got so stupid happy. And she said, I did a screenshot of your face when you did that. You were smiling so hard. You were cheesing so hard. I had to document that, Mom. And she sent me the pictures. Let me see. I gotta find the pictures. Hold on. And I was dork smiling hard as fuck. Where's my pictures? I know she sent them to me. Give me one. 1 second. Let me just go here. Well, thank you. I woke up. I didn't have a headache the next day. But what happened was I cut it and then I measured it, and it was, I put it on my community tab. It was 7 inches. And then I just hacked that shit because I was like, I can't do it anymore. It's just too heavy. And every time I would rinse my hair, I was losing tons of hair. It was just so much. And I just couldn't do it anymore. So what was I doing? Oh, the camera. I can't find it. Let me just go to the thing. I'll show you all the picture of me cheesing. I was so glad she got that. I'm dork cheesing hard as fuck. But hold on. She absolutely did. It took a picture. She was like, I had to, Mom. You were cheesing so extra hard. So here I was just cutting it, and she's watching me. Oh, it's too bright. You see it? I'm just cutting the left side. And then I got to zoom in. It made her smile. I was cheesing so hard. I was so happy when I cut that when I cut that last chunk of hair off. I just made a natural sound. I was like, I did it. I did it. I'm free. I'm free of my hair. I was like, I'll probably get more of it cut off, but for now, I'm free. And oh, the waves this is calm. After my shower, it's crazy. I need a haircut for sure. It's getting too warm now. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to sleep. Peace. Have a good night, ZPD Survival. It just felt so good. And then when I got done, I'll show you. When I got done, it looked like this was after I cut it. 7 fucking inches. This was after cutting 7 inches. That line right there, I cut all that off after. That's after cutting 7 inches off of my hair. And then it still needs more. I'm cutting more off. And now it looks like that. I cut an additional, it's too bright. You can't see it. I cut an extra 3 inches off. And I plan on getting more cut. When I can go to a salon, or I can have someone come here to my house and do my hair for me in my home where I feel more comfortable. But yeah, anyway, so and it's still long. I mean, it's not like I'm still planning to take more of it off, but and I was going to do like curtain bangs or side bangs because I was parting my hair on the side for a while. And then I just decided, no, I don't want to do bangs. I'm too old. But yeah, so I'm happy. It's light. I woke up the next morning and I was like, I don't have a fucking headache. I don't have a headache. It was the first time I hadn't had a headache in so long. It had been a long time since I haven't had a headache. It became a standard, a rule of thumb. Corey wakes up with a headache. When Corey goes to bed in the evening, her head hurts. So, no, he doesn't care. He said he likes my hair the length it is. He said it looks healthier and it looks like it has more body. I said, well, it does because it was so heavy. It was weighing it down. It was just like pulling it down. So, yeah. But I'm gonna get it styled and everything, and I'll probably get it colored, but I don't want to get it colored. I'm on the fence because I want to get it colored all gray. I want to just go all gray. I don't know. I know it's stupid, but I want to go all gray. I don't know. We'll have to see. And Doug doesn't get mad about stuff like that. Whatever makes me happy is all he cares about. If I shaved my head, he would come in the door and go, "What the hell made you shave your head, woman?" That's all he would say. "You're crazy. You're just going to have no hair?" That's all he'd say. He wouldn't care. I would never shave my head, but he totally wouldn't care. He would just make sure, are you okay? I mean, do you need to talk to somebody? That's all he'd care about. I look rough today, though. I'm sorry. It's around the house time. I didn't go anywhere. I haven't been anywhere in the last, like, I don't know, 3 days. But this weekend I'll be wearing makeup because I'll be going to them yard sales. Oh, I can't wait to go to yard sales. Oh, we turned the other spare bedroom into my room where all my shelves are at and all my totes. And we're putting more shelves in there and we're buying more totes because my totes are full. They're so full, I've got shit sitting around in here because the totes are full. I've got no more room. And I'm steadily buying stuff. Every time my daughter FaceTimes us, she's like, for the last like week, she's like, well, up until I hadn't been anywhere, the last couple of days, but like in the last week prior, she'd FaceTime me and say, hey, what are you doing? And I'd be getting in the car. One of the days I was getting in the car and I said, well, we're going thrifting. She's like, Mom. I was like, shut up. We like thrifting. And then one day she calls me about 3 or 4 days ago. And she's like, hey, what are y'all doing? And I said, we were FaceTiming and I said, gee, I don't know. And I turned the camera. We were in front of the Goodwill and I showed her the Goodwill sign and she went, Mom, you need an intervention. You're a fucking hoarder. I was like, I'm really not. This is stuff to sell, not keep. She went, I know. I'm just saying you're going to create a death pile. I'm still waiting on your makeup videos, facial routine. Oh, I don't really, I can do a makeup video, but I don't really wear much makeup. So there's really not a whole lot. It would be the quickest video you've ever seen. And it's the funny thing, my facial routine is exactly the same as it was when I did the video with the Ordinary and all that stuff that I used. I still do the same stuff. Matter of fact, I am doing eBay. I made a sale. It's all confusing with the stupid shit where they won't let me list anymore because I've been kind of absent for a while. So they want me to wait 30 days. So I sold something on the 12th. I shipped it on the 13th. The guy got it on the 17th and he left me positive feedback. Yay! That was exciting. I'm not going to lie. I got really excited. I was like, I got feedback. Yes. First thing I was like, I sold something. Oh, well, that's a fuck. I sold something. I was so happy. But then as soon as they let me loose, I'm good. I mean, I figured I'd get over them being dicks, but I did discover the other websites, and I do know that I'm going to be selling quite a bit of like my vintage electronics on Etsy because they make more money than they do on eBay for a lot of the shit that I want to sell, like VCRs, Etsy all day long. I buy them for $5.99 and I can sell them for $65. I like that. It's a good markup. And the shipping is crazy. I was going to do the free shipping platform because I had done it for years before. But then I was also selling vintage costume jewelry, a lot of small stuff. So it was cheap to just add the cost of the ship price. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, so the people are paying the price of the shipping anyway. I just beef up the amount of the item and they still bought it. So I really wasn't paying the shipping. But now I'm not going to do that because it's changed so much that I'm going to get familiar again with how much this shit's going to cost. I know I'm going to ship a lot of stuff priority mail because it's a flat amount. If I can fit it in the box, that's how we'll ship it. Then it's a done deal. I am going to do some Mercari. I'm not going to do Poshmark. I might. I don't know. but I know I'm going to do Mercari. I'm definitely going to do Etsy for my vintage electronics. I've been looking into that, and you make a lot more. So like cameras, though, they tend to do better on eBay. There are some that I'll just compare each item depending on what the item is. It will depend on where I put it. So as long as it's a vintage electronic, Etsy, you're good. And so that's good to know, because I was always under the impression that it had to be handmade or like crafting items or something. But it's also got to be vintage. So that's where you can get away with selling electronics on there, so long as they fall into that range. And you can look at the manufacturer's date on the back of any electronic, and it'll tell you pretty much any of them when it was made. So there's no doubts and there's no question how much shipping they're willing to pay. I have seen people pay upwards of, well, depending on the item, a pricier item. I've seen them spend $25 on shipping, not my stuff, but others. Heavier items, they pay a lot because, well, it costs a lot. But no, a VCR would probably cost about $18, surprisingly. Maybe 18. Surprisingly, VCRs are really light. I was shocked, but when my mom was playing your scratch, with us, she said, "Oh, I bet she fixes up well," because she said you were pretty. Oh, I went back to show old pics you put up of you and Doug. Thank you. Tell your mom thank you. Yeah, I cleaned up all right. I'm not cleaned up right now, though. Yeah, we've been together a long time. When people say, "I want to grow old with you," this is what they better fucking mean. Right here. This better be what they mean. Because at this point, I'm old. So. The thing that I sold, the first thing I just sold the other day, this past week. Let me check it. I'll tell you what I paid to ship that. Well, I didn't pay it. They paid it. The thing that I sold, there were only one or two others on all of eBay. It was a pretty rare item and nobody had it. So I'm not at all surprised that it sold. And it was a religious item, which is kind of weird because I'm an atheist. But I mean, I'm going to sell whatever's selling. I mean, I'm not one of those hateful, fucked up atheists that thinks that religion is bad and that religion should not be allowed. Those atheists, I don't talk to those atheists. I'm an American, which means I support the Constitution, which means the freedom to practice religion. And also, that whole free market thing. And let me see, sold. They've changed the whole layout, and $5 is what they paid to ship it. I think it was just under $5. May have been just over $5, but either way, the item. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate that. I'll be 51 this year, and that's a little bit scary. It's a little scary. Hi, Lori. I just bought a rare color paint on Etsy and paid $8 for a tin the size of a quarter. It was crazy. Yeah, they get you sometimes if it's a unique or rare item like this one right here. This is super freaking unique. I found one other. This thing is humongous. I found one more like this. It's from the hippie days, the late 60s, early 70s. Sometime, I think this one's probably around the 70s. It was made in Indonesia. I found one like it. This is the Puff Puff Pass is what I say, but I think it's supposed to be like that, like. And the one that I found was not on eBay. It was not on Etsy. It was not on any of those. It was on a unique website that sells vintage, hippie era, Nixon era shit. And theirs was the same size, basically, based on what it said, no paint. It didn't have any paint. And they sold theirs for $120. So I think I paid $2.99 for this. So no, it's not. I thought that too, but it's not. It's the whole boho thing. It's the, they have some. Now I have found the ones that are doing that. I have found those. Only found one like this, and like I say, it didn't have the paint. This was made in Indonesia. And I thought it was one of those made to look old, like you'll see at like World Market, these other stores. It's not. I was very happy when I found out that this is genuinely probably older than me. So people like Younique. I like to sell Younique because then I get to name the price and there's no competition. So the more Younique, the better. Oh, you want to see something adorable? All this is going on my other channel for my flipping once eBay opens me up to do this shit. And I can't do any lives on that channel until I get 1,000 subs over there. And right now I have no subs because I haven't done anything except start it. I haven't put up any videos or anything. Hold on. Look at this adorbs. Look at the blue eyes on this baby. The Siamese kitty cat. It's a planter. I love him. He's made in Mexico. And he was originally $18 and I paid $2. But I'm torn. I might want to keep him. There's only one other one of these on eBay. One. And that's it. I looked. There's one. And they want way too much for it. So I'm for sure going to undersell them. If I sell this, I told Doug I'll put it up there for like $70. And if somebody buys it, awesome. And if they don't, I get to keep it. So awesome. Because I don't want to get rid of it. But I have a Great Dane. No, not a Great Dane. A boxer. And he's adorable too. He's so cute. Basically I'm trying to sell shit that I like, and I got these, which I know I should have no trouble getting rid of. These acrylic, there's 92 of them. I counted these. There's 92 of these pink acrylic. I paid $1, super cheap, and they're perfectly fine. They're, put flowers in it and say flowers not included. I was going to put some greenery for the big hand. I don't know yet because it's that rare. It is authentically from the literal hippie era. And so I'm not sure on the, like I say, I think it was like $140, $150, $160, somewhere in there for the one that I did find online that didn't have the paint. And was not in as good a shape. That one was made in Indonesia. It's got the sticker still on the bottom. The other one did not have the sticker on the bottom. And I know a lot of that stuff from the hippie era was made in Indonesia. That's the whole boho thing was born that way. The hippies birthed the boho. So I bought some for table decorations. I bought a clock for $5 when I first got married. It's still working. I found it on Etsy for $125 because now it's vintage. I guess now I am vintage. Exactly. Yeah. There you go. Oh, $20 for that. Keep on wishing there, Jeffy Pooh. Oh, I put the measurements up on the stuff that I take my photographs of. I make sure that everything has the measurements either written down and like typed in, or I put the ruler right beside it so people can see the size. There's I have a little kitten. I can't find it. I have a little kitten figurine. And I couldn't, the sticker was partial underneath, and I paid up for it, I think, because it's just a small little figurine, but the quality was so good. And I thought, No, I'm not letting this go till I know what I have. And then I found out who made it. It's called Stone Critters. Where is it? And it's 3 kittens. They're all Siamese, and their eyes are stunningly blue, like shockingly blue, and they're beautiful. And every time I took a picture of them, the same thing happened when I did my image, did the photo image, trying to find it online. The same thing happened with this cat, Planter. It showed me pictures of actual kittens and cats. I was like, that's how well this thing is fucking made, right? So you have to get the vaccine shot too. I already have both of mine. I'm done. I got both of mine. You sent me that pic, I think. Oh, of the little 3 kittens. Were they not adorable? Just adorable. So anyway, I wanted to show y'all, and I don't know where I put it. Like, I have so much shit. I have so much shit. But none of it's shit. That's the good thing. None of it's shit. What was I saying? Anyway, so when I found out who made the kittens, I looked them up. Stone Critters do very well. Some of them are more common than others, so you don't get a lot for them because there's so many of them out there. Mine is the only Stone Critter. That one. No one's got it but me. So I'll be naming my price on that one. And they're collectible as hell. So that's nice. I want to keep it though. It seems like everything that I could really get good money for, I want to keep. I got Pfizer. Yes, I did. I took my mask off outside today. I felt like such a rebel. I did not wear my I'm a stickler for my mask even now, but I did not wear my mask in the store 3 days ago. I walked in long enough to grab a scratch ticket and come back out. And I got in the car and Doug looked at me and said, yeah, I seen you up there talking to your buddies up there at the store, spreading your COVID. You're just trying to get sick, aren't you? It's like, dude, no, don't you dare guilt me. I've been wearing that mask faithfully. Give me a minute. Just let me enjoy that one moment. And he was like, whatever. Don't get me sick. I say, bitch, you've had the same shot as me. We got it at the same time. But now I would never like go to the grocery store without my mask on. Oh, no. And anyway, most places around here require that you have it on. So we have to anyway. New York's giving away lottery tickets if you get vaccinated. Whatever it takes, I guess, right? I mean, it's not for my benefit. I'm not going to get sick with it. I'm not going to die from it because I'm vaccinated, but I could get it and give it to someone else, and then they could get sick and die from it. And I don't want to do that. There's a big sign on Walmart said, none required if you are fully vaccinated. Really? Yeah, ours doesn't have that. But I don't remember. It's gone. Oh, I should be drinking this because when this is gone, I'm gone. By the way, this metal Solo cup, it sucks. It doesn't, the ice melts so quick, the drink does not stay cold. The people here, mom, dad, toddler, 12-year-old, 15-year-old, they're all walking through. It happens all the time. None of them wearing it and nobody's wearing them. And I'm like, God, I mean, that's your risk to take, but why would you risk your kids? You know? And I know, oh, they're not legally required to if they're under a certain age. Yeah, legally they're not required to, but wouldn't you rather? It's like Cosima wasn't required to, but she wore her mask faithfully. She would not take it off until Shane told her to. Shane couldn't wait until they pulled in the yard. And she was turning the car off and getting out of the car. And she even recorded it to show me. And they pulled in the yard and Seema still had it on. And she went, okay, you can take it off now. And she put her little hands up there and took that mask off. I was like, oh, she's so good. Shane said, I wouldn't leave the house for the longest time until she learned that she had to wear it. So, yeah. I mean, just because they don't have to, that's like, just because they make something in your size doesn't mean you have to wear it. You know, they're trying to be inclusive, but just because it fits you doesn't mean you should wear it, kind of thing, you know? Like yoga pants, just because they make them in my size doesn't mean I should wear them. But I do. I just don't wear them out to, you know. I have one pair that I wear out, but they've got like a weird pattern on them, and yeah, they don't look as offensive as if I wore like a solid color. Those just seem offensive to me. I wouldn't. June 1st, Las Vegas is. I heard about that. Yeah. People getting blood clots. That's with that one. And they said they think it's because it's all girls, women. And they think it's got a connection with the birth control or something. That was the last I heard. I don't know if they've updated it, if they've done more research, but there were no men, and they think it had a connection to birth control, which can cause blood clots. Birth controls, certain ones. So they think it was just working together to cause that. Y'all don't forget to thumbs up my video, because somebody thumbs down my video of Odessa. Who the fuck thumbs down a video of a baby cooing and smiling when they woke up in the morning? I'll tell you who. A piece of shit. A garbage dump of a human. That's awful. YouTube has some nasty people, man. I'm going to tell you. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, she's still precious and loved, and I still feel blessed, but it says more about that person than it does about Odessa or Shane or me or anyone. I've never thumbs down a video of a baby. That's awful. Just there's nasty people in the world, I guess. Where is it at? I'm trying to. I'm not looking at the thing here, you guys. If I'm sorry. Where is it at? I'm looking for something and I'm not finding it. I was going to fix this to. There it is. Sorry. And settings. I don't get it. Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry. Let me see what y'all are saying. Oh, hey, David. What have you been doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, I don't go live too much. I don't. Oh, good night, Mara. Love you, my dear. Sleep well. That's right. 7. That's what I heard. The blood clots happened to 7 of them. The Fauci ouchie. But the one item that I sold on eBay, that one item is this lantern, this like oil light. I'll try to show y'all. Make sure y'all can see it. Do you see it? Son of a bitch. Like that. There we go. You see it? It says Jesus is the light. And it's an oil lantern type thing. And it's signed on the bottom. See, it's copyrighted in 1993. But this particular one was made in 2004. And it sold for $15. And I only paid I only paid, I think, two. I think I paid two for that one. Yeah, tell me later. I don't know that I'll be up real late tonight, but I figured I'd be up to drink my harder lemonade. So you don't buy Chinese now? You think you don't. I'm just trying to read you guys. Did you see that? The guns you see? I cut my hair. See it? Cut it. I'm cutting more of it too. I am. Stop talking about Doug and hard stuff. That's not right. It's not wrong. Just saying. Doug got me these. He got me these on Mother's Day when I did my live stream where we went fishing. We got held up in traffic and all that shit. He got me two of these and a big case of these seltzers, alcohols, and they were nasty. I poured mine out. I was like, that's nasty. I ain't drinking that shit. Because I don't really drink for the buzz. I drink for the taste. And the buzz is just something that happens. But if it doesn't taste good, I'm not drinking it. And that's about how long my hair is now. Is it really? Well, then I'll sneak in later and cut that shit off. I have hair envy. How about that? I don't know when hurricane season starts. I don't know. I ended up cutting about 10 inches off my hair and it's still this long. I was sitting on my hair. My head hurt all the time. It was heavy. Every time I washed my hair or brushed or combed my hair, I was losing hair. And I always was sitting on my fucking hair. And then I'd roll over in bed at night and choke on my hair. I was constantly pulling long strands of hair out of the back of my shirt. Doug would be like, yeah, I brought half of your head with me to work today. I was pulling your hair out of the back of my shirt and from between my toes and my socks. It was bad. Did you catch anything? I'm thinking of going fishing on the weekend. We didn't catch nothing. I didn't even catch a buzz. I was like, dude, we got to go. But it was cool because somebody hired a big, what do you call a big group of planes? Okay. Somebody hired a big group of planes to go overhead to tell somebody Happy Mother's Day. And it was neat. I was like, that is so cool. That was sweet. That was expensive, but that was sweet. It wasn't for me, but I got to see it. That's why I moved from Florida. The fracking hurricanes they haven't been bad. No, they haven't been bad at all. Women's long hair is good to tie their hands with. LOL. Just saying. The buzz is always a good thing to catch, right? If you catch a buzz, it cancels out the pissed off fact that you didn't catch a fish. We were going to throw them back anyway. Our freezers are pretty well stocked, so we would have had to make it that night. And we weren't in the mood for fish. Doug said, what do you want to do for Mother's Day? And I was like, I want to go fishing. He was like, you don't want to go out to eat? I was like, no, we'll go out to eat another night. So we did end up going out to eat I think it was the Friday before, because Shane sent us, she cash apped money to Doug and said, take my mother out to dinner. So yeah. And she said, and get her some scratchers. So she sent enough money to take me out to dinner and get some scratchers. So I did. But how do I need to put new fishing line on all my reels? Heat damage from sitting in the garage. Oh yeah, dude. Change out the wire. Yeah. Get some of that spider wire. That's good shit. I love Florida. I just love Florida. I'm hoping that the COVID will be down enough and not make a comeback by my birthday so that I can go on the casino cruise ship for my birthday in November. I was going to do something for my big 50th, but COVID. So, and we couldn't do anything. But I'll make up for it this year. I'm going to do something this year for sure. I'm going to do something. I don't know what. I'm going to do something. I want to go on the casino cruise ship, and it's only a 3-hour little thing that they do. It's not like a weekend or a week. It's just 3 hours. What kind of fish do you catch and eat? I really don't know. I'm not the one, I'll catch them, but I throw mine back. I don't give a shit what they are, how big they are. I always throw mine back. I just think it's cruel. I don't want to. I'm like, you want to keep yours, Doug? Fine. You keep yours. I'm not keeping mine. And I remember one day we got into it because we had both caught the same fish because, obviously that's what was biting. And he wanted mine. He was like, man, yours is bigger. Throw mine back. I'm like, yours is already almost fucking dead. You put it in that cooler. And I went to throw mine back. He was like, I'll get it. He switched them, but I caught it. So I threw mine back. But we got into it. I was like, you son of a bitch. He was like, man, yours is huge. I was like, no. I toss everything back. I do not like cooking fish, but we'll eat catfish, salmon, cod, and some others. You need to do it every year. I had to do it this year, David. I use mostly vintage rods and reels for freshwater. I'm in the prime location to buy expensive reels for next to nothing. It's Florida. I mean, you got to think about it. These people, they buy tons of rods and reels to go out on their boats and do what they do. And then the next thing you know, they've bought a ton and they always keep going back to that one they like. They just keep, and then they don't ever use it again. They'll use it for one weekend and they don't use it again. And then the wife goes to the garage and goes, you're going to have to get rid of some of this shit. They have a yard sale. And then I buy a reel that he might have paid $80 for. And now it's so hard to find that it's $180 and people want them and you can't find them. And I buy it for $10. Hello. So yeah. So we're hoping that this weekend we'll find some fishing gear. We really are hoping to find some reels this year because there's good money in that. There's really good money in that. Oh, yes, ma'am. Everything gets sold on eBay. Everything. I did tell you about the vase. I did tell you about the vase that I bought it for $1. And I get home and I do my research and find out. Yeah, I talked about it in the last stream I did, and I found it's $100. Some places, depending on where you go to buy it secondhand, it's more. I paid $1. This vase is really not easy to come by for cheap. I mean, there's plenty of them out there, and none of them are cheap. So, but it's on my porch right now. I think I'm going to keep it on my porch. I don't think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to keep it. It's huge. It's this ginormous vase. It's big. I'm not getting rid of it, I don't think. See, I don't know anything about the golf clubs. I don't know anything about the fishing stuff. But the way I see it is if I get a reel for $10 and it's a name that I'm fairly familiar with, I'm going to at least get my money back for it. Especially if it looks like it's pristine. I will get my money back. And these people take pretty good care of their shit. When they come in off the water, they spray everything down to get that salt off of it. So they take really good care of their shit. When you vacation on the coast, but you don't live there, you tend to not take as much care of it when you vacation. Then you store it until the next year, and the salt has ate it up, and it ain't no good. But when you live here, it's a routine. You automatically know to spray your shit down. So it was bought for like $5 at a flea market. It was in a frame behind the picture. You never know. Oh, you're talking about that draft? I saw that. It was one of the drafts that they did. I saw that. That's crazy. You really don't know what you're going to find. I watched this chick a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago, but it was a video she did about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And she likes papers, documents, books, magazines, old shit like that. She went to an estate sale and headed straight for, it was the second day of this estate sale. She headed straight for the boxes with the books. And she's recording the whole time. Oh my God. She said, you guys, you're about to see the best thing that I've ever found at any sale, thrift store, yard sale, garage sale, rummage sale, flea market, private estate, doesn't matter. I've never, and I will never top it. And when she gets to it, it's a box inside of this big box with books. And she's found a Bible from 1880. It's a small Bible about like that tall and about this wide, about that thick. And it's the leather bound with the strap. She picks that, she puts that in her bag. She's going to get that, they're pretty common. You can find those. When you get to the point where it's something old and common, the condition is what you're looking for. That and any unique names in it. Is it someone that's well known, historical, whatever? So I know what I'm looking for, right? So she says, when she gets to the point where she opens this box and looks inside and shuts it back up, she puts on the screen, there it is. And I'm thinking, they're wallets. What's the big deal? I'm excited to see what's in them, So did my grandfather, he made alert. Okay. And then she gets to the car with her stuff that she bought, and she records, and she's like, and her hands are shaking. She's like, you guys, I just bought Civil War diaries. And it was from a Union soldier, and they were in such good shape. Oh my God. They were in such good shape. She was like, I'm freaking shaken. I'm touching history. So she's reading one of the little excerpts out of it on one of the days, and he mentions General Burnside. And she was like, General Burnside? And she's shaking. She's like, oh my God. So when she talks about it later on, she said, and I paid $25 for all of this. All of this. So she goes back in to look for more stuff because she realizes they've got some amazing shit just stacked in these boxes this elderly person had. I don't know, somebody passed away, I don't know, but oh yes, ma'am, goosebumps. She was touching, it was from 1865 or 2. It was fucking old. And there were 3 of them. She had 3 of them, three diaries. And it said on there, my name is Thomas, blah, 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 blah. She didn't say his whole name. She said, my name is Thomas Blank. These were gifted to me by my father. If something happens to me, please, contact my father and give these to him. And then you put the name of the postmaster, because then they didn't do addresses. They just had the postmaster's name for the area where the father was. And of course, the postmaster would say, oh, I know him. I deliver his mail to him every week or 2. So anyway, she said that she was going to transcribe everything, research the guy, research the things he talked about. And she said, these will not be going up for sale for a very long time. She said, I just need to have these for a while. I'm holding history. So they were actually Civil War field diaries. He was on the field writing in these during the war. It was crazy. So you really never know what you're going to find. You don't know what you're going to find. So I'm constantly looking. And if I look at something and go, maybe, I don't know what that name is. I'll grab it. I'm like, if it's $5, I'm not going to let $5 stop me from grabbing something that could be worth a whole lot more, you know? But me too. I mean, something like that, that's historical shit right there. That's crazy. Doug found a Murano vase, a giant one, an old giant one. And we were so excited. I was like, dude, you just found a freaking Murano. We've never found a Murano, and we have been looking so hard, right? Vintage original movie posters, lobby cards, 3-piece posters are worth good money. Yeah. Oh, believe me, I look for that. That's the kind of stuff you find more than anywhere else. You find it in California more than anywhere. I have a bunch of them and a couple of 3-sheet movie posters. Make sure you measure them. The 6-sheet are virtually impossible to find, especially, I mean, because those, they pasted them. Those posters were made in sections of a certain size, and then they were pasted with that slather and wet glue shit, so they never were salvageable. When they were done with them, they scraped them off, or they covered them again with something else. So when you find them, they're unused, which is something you don't find very often. Let me see. My granddad made flintlock rifles and Dragon 6 shot black powder handguns, and he made bows with self-recurve hickory and sinew backings bows. I don't know about none of that shit. I know you're talking to guns. I'm just saying I don't know nothing about that shit. But yeah, I know about the whole movie poster thing, and the older ones are super, super, super hard to come by. And the 6-piece ones are virtually impossible to come by. Yes, the 6-sheet ones, but you can still find them. 3 sheets you find more of. Yeah. I have to frame my 3-sheet ones. The 6 sheets are harder to come by because they were specifically made for giant billboards, basically billboards, in front of the marquee, the movie theater. The marquee's the thing overhead. So they were used. They were used. They were definitely used. And they only made those big ones for films that were big actors, big names, expected big turnouts. They didn't invest that type of effort and money into these little bit films. So if you find a 6-sheet, you have found a gem because it was a big actor or a big film. And it wasn't used. The lobby card's also worth good money. Yeah. I've never found any of those here. Never. I do remember when Blockbuster was still a thing, I could get the guy to let me have their display. Like, you know, their big poster, or as long as none of the employees had already spoken for it. But when you got in, they had thumbtack marks. They were shit. You just hung them on the wall. This was also before eBay and stuff, you know? So there was no market for them that I was aware of because it just wasn't a thing yet. Of course, now some of those ones I had, I wish I still had. Because now there is a market for them. I've got this thing here that I'm trying desperately to identify, because I will not list anything until I have exhausted my research. See if you guys can make it out. I'm sure none of you can, but this is a mark that nobody on the internet even knows. I've asked. Let me see. This is the dish. See, the coloring on this video is just not that great. So that's the dish. There's not a chip anywhere on it. It's pottery, by the way. This is hand thrown. Okay. I thought it was WS, but it's clearly SM. It's not clear. It's either SM or WS. You see it? The stamp. See, what it is this is a studio piece. I have no doubt about that. This is a studio piece, and that stamp is more than likely the person in that studio who made it. I don't know who it is, and I do not want to sell it. It's got some age to it. You can see where it's been slid around a lot and worn. I got to find out who made this thing. It's in really good shape. There's not a chip, a crack, nothing. I've contacted people that have dealt in pottery identification for 40 and 50 years. They don't know the mark. So it's probably just a studio piece, but I do not want to sell it. And every time I take a picture of it to do a search for the image, I come up with fish. It shows me fish. I'm like, it's not a fucking fish. But yeah. I find a lot of the shit, identify it by doing the image search. And you can't just use one image. You have to try different angles, because if someone posted it and the angle's not the same as yours, clearly it's not going to show up. I don't know. I think she lives in Pennsylvania. And I think that's actually where the diaries were done. So, no, they weren't. Were they? I think she lives in Pennsylvania, though. Her hair, I'll show you guys. I'll just send you the link to her video. It's crazy. I watch a lot of, this is how I learn. This is how I learn what to look for. These people have been doing it for ages, so they know what they're doing. And I'm learning from them. Here it is. This is it. I freaking love this. This is great. There it is. I think I've just started to watch her. I really am not familiar with her at all. I've watched a handful of her stuff. Yeah, this needs to be appraised. I'm sure she'll have it appraised. She seems pretty smart. I made a lot of mining tools and farm tools with someone. Horse needed shower plow broke down. He made the parts to fix it. Got paid good money to do it. Was it a blacksmith? Is that what that was? What would that be? Oh, no. It wasn't my friend. It's a YouTuber. And she resells. There's people that go on here. I watch people that they resell, but they only resell like specific shit. Like decorative items only, antiques only, crafting items only. Then there's some that do strictly comic book stuff, anime, manga, game stuff only. And then you've got people who will sell clothing only, shoes, clothes, jewelry. That's it. And then there's the ones that are like me. They will sell any fucking thing that will make them money, because that's the best way to do it. I'm not going to walk past a $70 vase to pick up a DVD that I'm going to make $12 on. I'm going to sell every fucking thing. So it's a lot more work. You have to research more shit, and you have to know about more shit. And you're constantly learning about all this stuff, but you're going to make more money. You know, you've opened up way more doors. I watched some videos of gunsmith repairing vintage guns and rifles. It's amazing what they can do, even repairing the wood stock so it matches. Ileana. So I gotta finish drinking this. Y'all know The Handmaid's Tale started back up, right? Right. Okay. So I've been bitching at Doug. I've been like, you need to watch Handmaid's Tale. He's like, I don't want to watch it. I'm like, you don't want to watch it because you think it's a chick show. I'm like, your son likes Handmaid's Tale. You need to watch Handmaid's Tale. He didn't know our son liked it. I said, they're about to start back up again and you haven't watched any. You need to get caught up. I was like, I'll watch them all again with you. I will absolutely, God damn it. I said, I will absolutely watch those with you. I would love to rewatch it all from the beginning. So, of course, the first night they released 3 or 4. Bam, 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 like bam, at once. So I binged them hard. I was like, Handmaid's Tale. And then, of course, one per week after that. So when they first released the season 4, the first 3 or 4, I told Doug and he was like, I should probably start watching them. Wait for me. I was like, I'm not waiting for you. No, hell no. Fuck that. I will watch them with you. But I'm right straight through, even the ones I'm watching now, I'll watch them again. So he started 3 weeks ago, maybe 2.5, whatever it was. Anyway, for a minute it was 1 a night, and then it moved up to 2 a night. He started getting into it enough that it became 3 a night when he had time. And now we are in the middle of season 3, episode 1. He had to go to bed. He was like, all right, cut it off there. I got to go to bed. So we're slowly but surely getting there. And he asked me tonight, he said, when do you watch the next episode? I said, it's next week. I think Tuesday or Wednesday. So I think he's going to try to cram all of season 3 in before then. And Handmaid's Tale is amazing. It's infuriating. It triggers you. It makes you angry. It makes you sad. It makes you relate to it as a mom, as a grandma, as a sister. It just snatches you everywhere, I think. It pulls you all over the place. But yeah, it's so good. Do y'all watch it? I know the guys don't watch it, but Laura, do you watch it? It is 3:30, but it's Friday. It's Friday. Handmaid's Tale. I'm talking about Handmaid's Tale. I know this last episode, a couple days ago, what is it? Season 4 episode, what is it? 6? Anyway, do you watch Handmaid's Tale? I was wondering. I was so infuriated with June. I was like, she is so stubborn. She doesn't care who she hurts. She gets so self-centered and stubborn about what she wants. She doesn't care that she makes no sense at all. Nothing, everything she's doing is symbolic. Nothing makes sense. It's not realistic. Of course you want to stay or you want to go back or whatever, but it doesn't make sense because it's not going to do you any good. You're going to end up dead. Why would you? I mean, it makes no sense. You've never watched Handmaid's Tale? I'm going to block you. I'm just joking. Oh my God. Never heard of it? Oh my God. It's on Hulu. Oh my God. A bunch of officials attacked the government. A bunch of regular people and officials attacked the government. This show started years ago, but it's based on a book by Margaret Atwood. and they took the government down. Then they temporarily suspended the Constitution, just temporarily. And then suddenly women lost their rights. If they needed to get a prescription for birth control filled, their husband had to sign for it. If they wanted to use their credit card, the husband had to be the one to do it. They were no longer allowed access to their credit card. They were no longer allowed access to their own bank account if they had their own bank account without their husband on it. Women were the new government. It slowly happened and people kept letting it go. Oh, it's just, this is all temporary. And before you knew it, if you were gay, you were killed. If you were a whore, considered a whore because you had sex with more than one man, or you had sex and you weren't married, you could be killed. You could be sent to what they called the colonies, or you could be turned into a handmaid, which is someone that is placed with a household that cannot have kids, and you're raped every 30 days when you're fertile, the most fertile, until you become pregnant with a child, carry it to term, and give that child to that family, and they ship you off to another family and do it again. If you have children, they took your children away from you and gave them to another family that just happened to be wealthier than you. It was terrible. It just was infuriating. And then if you lashed out or fought back, they said you were unappreciative and you were spoiled. After they took your child and they raped you every 30 days and made you give your child away. And they treated you like a dog making puppies in a puppy mill. But yeah, you don't appreciate it. We've been good to you. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Laura, you would be, there's a reason it's an award-winning show. You would be stuck. Season 4 is out now, and I'm just like stuck. But I am going to buy the whole DVD set. I'm going to buy all the seasons that are up till now. I'm going to buy them all. I loved 24. I've got every season because I love 24. I loved Breaking Bad. I've got every season. I bought those. So I'm going to buy all the seasons of this. I've got almost all the seasons of American Horror Story. I've got almost all of them. So I like that one. I would have done The Walking Dead, but The Walking Dead lost me in season 6 or 7, I think. It just went shit. I had to force myself not to nod off in the middle of it. I was like, they've ruined it. It's no good. That's why I think Breaking Bad ended when it did, because they didn't want to do what ended up happening to Walking Dead. I mean, not because of Walking Dead, but they didn't want to take that route, you know. I know what hard work is. Me and Doug used to cut grass for a little extra cash when our kids were smaller. I was pregnant. We had Wayne and Mag, and I was pregnant with Shane, and we cut grass and trimmed hedges, and just to make a little extra cash for gas and stuff, because the job he had insurance. So he kept the job, but it just didn't pay very good. But it had insurance, you know, so that was good. I haven't watched Hill Street Blues. What is that, like 17? They had like 17 seasons of that. Give me 1 second. I used to watch it all the time. Oh, In the Heat of the Night. Always watch that. So I need to buy all those. Quantum Leap, I need to buy those. Me and Doug have seen every episode of Quantum Leap. We've seen every episode of In the Heat of the Night. This is the shit we used to watch when we first got together, and the kids were little, and we pretty much stayed home all the time. And we watched the same stuff. We liked the same stuff, so that's what we would do. We get the kids down and we would watch these shows. It ran from 146 episodes, 7 seasons. I thought it was way more than that. I remember when Hill Street Blues ended, and I was like, What are they doing? I didn't watch every one of those, but I did like to watch them from time to time. Illy, don't. She's getting so fat. The Nevers. I don't have HBO, and I don't have that HBO Plus or the HBO Go or nothing like that. They would be better off. I remember when I stayed with my grandfather, if I didn't work, we didn't eat. Oh my God. No. No. Once you stop being a kid, that's it. You're done. There's no going back. I wanted my kids to be kids while they could, because there's too many times that in life where as an adult you go, you know what, I just want to make a sheet fort and crawl inside and just not be messed with. That there's times you just would do anything to go back to being a kid, but you know, yeah, I've got so many streaming things right now. I've got so many streaming things. It's ridiculous how many I have. And we really don't, I mean, like, I've got 2 streaming apps right now that we really don't even fucking use. I think we watch 1 or 2 things on one of them. But, you know, they're on that regular, they come out automatically. So we keep them. Fuck it. My grandfather was so tough, he would mow 25 acres with, really? By the way, that has an E at the end. And baling hay for his animals. Well, you know, North Carolina, there's still a lot of men out there like that there. I mean, they get up at 4 a.m. By 5, they're already feeding the animals and baling the hay. Sometimes they get up at like 3:30 and they have coffee. And then their farm hands will come over and they'll sit and talk and eat and have coffee for an hour and then go out and start. So, you know, it just depends on what they had planned for the day, what had to be done. I have only ever seen probably 2 episodes of that in my life. Don't hit me. Don't. I'm so glad to see you in here, Gun. Seriously, I've missed you so fucking much. You should message me more. You don't bring me flowers anymore. It breaks my heart. Just saying. My blisters have blisters on all the hard work I did as a kid. That's terrible. I just don't think that's right. That's not right. You got to be a kid. I mean, by the time you're like 13, yeah. You know, maybe 13 or 14, you definitely should have something that you have to, you know, not just keeping up your own room, but extra shit. That's a good age to start doing that. But before then, no. Picking up your toys and, you know, like when they're little, if you can get them to put their toys back in the general vicinity of where they belong, you've done something amazing. And then eventually, from just that general vicinity, you've encouraged them to move on to putting it right where it belongs in that area. Like, okay, your books have to go on the shelf. Even if they're stacked weird, they're there. And then eventually they move on to knowing how to put them in the right way. But setting too big of an expectation for a kid, you're setting them up to fail. They're just not capable. They're not equipped to give a shit. They're kids. They don't understand work ethics yet because they're kids, and you can hound it and, you know, hound it into their head every day and say, I taught them work ethics. Well, you taught them work ethics, but you started a little early and you probably traumatized them before you actually taught them shit. You know, no. I mean, you're probably okay with it, but I'm just going to say that I'm sorry that you had to do all that. I am sorry, because being a kid is something you don't get back. You do not ever get that back. Messaging does work both ways, but you know, I'm never the one to reach out first. Like anybody watching this video right now, Mara, you, Mallory, everybody, they all know I don't reach out first. I don't do that. I'm here if people want or need me, but I don't interfere because I don't ever know what others are going through or what they're doing, you know? So Bob Crane would do anything that just about walked and had boobs. Bob Crane, Murderer. He's a murderer. Him and what's his name? What was his name? It's completely gone. I can't remember his name. I almost said Scorsese, but I know it's not Scorsese. It's clearly not Scorsese. He was murdered. Sorry, he wasn't the murderer. Who's the murderer guy? Who was it? Who the fuck was it that murdered him? It was that director dude. What's his name? Was it John Carpenter? Yeah, Bob Crane was the one that died. Yeah. Yeah, I realized that. I knew there was something about a murder with Bob Crane. I thought he was actually the one that was killed. But they were super freaks. No, Eileen Wuornos, yeah, she was fucked up from way back. She was real messed up. She truly was. I mean, she was raised in a household where they didn't stay in one place for very long. She was molested by close family, friends, and relatives. Nobody in her fucking life gave a shit about her. That guy Beretta with the what was his name? I know I'm reading the thing. John Carpenter got charged with the death. Beretta was played by Robert Blake, wasn't it? Robert Blake? Yes, there it is, Robert Blake. But John Carpenter was charged with the death.
So we're not smiling. As a teenager, I carried a camera with me everywhere I went.
That's great. There it is. You know it. Don't go to bed with no price on your head. My dad used to always make me watch. He didn't actually make me. That's not true. I watched Leonard Nimoy with my dad every fucking Sunday. We watched In Search of, and we watched Kung Fu Theater on PBS. True story. There it is. And then when me and my dad would go riding on the weekend, we'd just go riding around listening to the radio. Yeah, the murder of his wife. And then there was that other freak, the guy that wore the big giant wigs. Phil Spector. He killed that model chick. Phil Spector. That was another fucking Fruit Loop. What was I just saying? Oh, we would ride around. He had a giant Lincoln Continental. My dad did when I was a kid. I was probably like 12, 13, 14, right in there. And I would always go riding with my dad. I was the son my father never had. I was the one that went fishing with him. I was the one that went riding around with him. We'd go to the arcade at the mall and he would just give me a mountain of quarters and we'd go play video games. My dad he loved video games, and we would hang out up there and we would play video games. And then if we were up at the convenience store on the corner, I ended up getting a job there, as a matter of fact, when I got older. But we'd play that video game in there. We would ride around and listen to Paul Harvey. I mean, I learned so fucking much listening to Paul Harvey. It's crazy. I look back on it now and it wasn't just time with my dad. He opened a whole world of shit for me, just topics I never would have considered. And it was always open for discussion. We talked about it. You know, if I had questions, my dad's great. My dad's great. But he'll be 80 this year in August. Fucking 80. But he's still here. And that is the rest of the story. Love Paul Harvey. I think guns, didn't we talk about that before? I think we did. We were talking about old-timey radio shows. You remember that? About 2 years ago, we were talking about, Chico and the Man. Oh my God, I haven't thought about that show in forever. See, I know about all these because of my dad. I was the son my dad never had. And I watched all this shit with him. We watched Chico and the Man. We watched In Search of, Kung Fu Theater. And it was always on Sundays, the Kung Fu Theater and In Search of. And my dad would be sitting in the floor against the couch in front of the big console TV. We had a giant console TV in the floor. You know what I'm talking about. That's back when your TV was literally a piece of furniture. It was furniture. The whole case was wood. It was beautiful. And he was leaning on the couch all the time. That's the Sunday scenario. The lights were all off except for the dining room light behind him because my mom was in there trying to cook. And the kitchen and the dining room were right there together. And he would be watching In Search of or Kung Fu Theater. And he'd have his giant, the 7-Eleven big gulps would come in these commemorative or these reusable cups, big plastic cups. And he would pour his beer in that. And then he would put salt in it. He'd put the salt in his hand and then do that and put it in there. And it like brought the suds down or something. But he always put the salt in his beer. And then he would sit there on the floor and he would watch it. And I would sit right on the couch beside him. Right up on the couch, and I'd watch with him, or sometimes I'd sit on the floor with him and watch. And there was more than one time that I was supposed to be going somewhere, not on a Sunday, but on another night that he'd be sitting in the floor, and I'd have my makeup on. I was a teenager. I'd have my makeup on. I'd be getting ready to go somewhere, and I'd change my mind and just stay home with him and watch TV. But you did. You sent me the links to the old time radio shows because I told you that they were just fascinating to me. The fuck was that? The the car that we just got it's equipped. It's got the XM satellite radio in it. And when we got it, Doug was like, I might go ahead and subscribe to it. You know, it's already in there. And I love XM. You know, I like to hear Howard Stern and all those, you know, so we get a thing in the mail from XM satellite radio. They apparently, because it came equipped from the manufacturer, when it sold, XM was alerted that someone had bought it. So they sent us something saying, hey, you might want to consider subscribing. Here's what you get. So I think we're going to get XM, but I think we're also going to upgrade the radio so that we get the one where it pops off and you can bring it inside and you can play it from inside. So I think we're going to do that. We had the huge TV Wi-Fi record player / a 8-track player and a Betamax, right? That was the shit. So if you lived in a household with a lot of folks, there was usually one person that missed the show. Or if you could get somebody to hold the mirror for that person so they could see the show in reverse, because it was usually a kid, it was usually one of the younger ones, had to hold the antennas a certain way so that everybody else could see. That never happened in my house because we got cable probably in 79 or 80. We were one of the first ones with the black box with the turn knob that had 21 channels. 1 to 21. That's what you got. And HBO was channel 21. And we watched The Deer Hunter in 2 parts on HBO with a 15-minute intermission in between. I remember it very well. I was a kid. I remember it very well. Get the XM radio package that you can listen on your cell phone and computer. Then you don't need to oh, really? See, we've never had it, so I didn't know. You can just use the account on an app. Yeah, I didn't think about it. Of course you can. Of course. Duh. Everything's in a fucking app. Obviously. I'm trying to get this So Doug's stepdad's cousin used to own a video rental store. She owned, that place like Blockbuster where you go and you rent your videos. Well, she had one back in the day when it was still Betamax. And when they closed it down, she had all these video players that they rented out. They would rent out the player with the videos. You like, if you rented it, you got a freebie, but then you could rent others as well. So they had a monster amount. Well, Doug's mom, I've had XM radio since 2009. See, we've never had it. Doug's wanted to get it, but it was just always like, that's an expense we really don't need. That's just the way we saw it. Even though we both wanted it, I was like, it's just not. But so she was cleaning out her barn. These are country folk. But she was cleaning out her barn. I believe her name is Lorraine. I think it was Lorraine. Yeah, Pete and Lorraine had it. But she gave Doug's mom all of the Betamax DVDs, the Betamax tapes, and a player. So we had, she had Splash. She had fucking Splash, and, or was it Money Pit? Anyway, it was in beta form. Are you kidding me? And I was like, wait a minute. That's crazy. I didn't know that this came in beta form, but yeah. So, she had a monster amount of them. She sold them at a yard sale. I'm sure she basically pretty much gave them away because it was back in the day. Of course, now it's worth a ton. People pay an arm and a leg for that shit. But, we couldn't have known. The NES or Atari. Oh, my God. You got to get the little adapter piece to make it work. Some VCRs are the same way. Yeah, the beta would get really hot. You're right. I remember my dad had a yard sale. He had a computer. It was a cassette player computer. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the cassette. It was Radio Shack. And you put the cassette in, then you had this book. And you picked the image you wanted to. It was just for fucking fun. But you picked the image you wanted and you had to code it in by hand. The whole thing. And it was the whole page, the entire page. You had to code it. If you put one dot in the wrong spot, or you made a backslash instead of a forward slash, it didn't work. You ended up with some chaos. So I remember doing the one that I did. The very first one was a hot air balloon, and I was sitting in that spare room there and doing the hot air balloon. So I'm coding it all in there, typing it up. And my dad had said, now, if you mess this up, it ain't going to work. You're getting it with a mess on the screen. I was like, I'm not going to mess it up. And I got it right the first time. I couldn't believe it. I didn't get anything wrong. It took forever. And the end result was this super horrific image made of slashes and circles of a 3D scan up the statue and back down. That's all it was. No, that was the hot air balloon. When I did the Statue of Liberty, I fucked up. I did the whole thing and it came up and it was like, It was some crazy, horrible thing. But anyway, I don't know if anyone is aware of that whole thing that used to be out from the Radio Shack. It wasn't a Tandy. That was an actual computer. This was something else. But my dad ended up throwing it away. They had a yard sale, and when they got done with the yard sale, me and Doug went over there. The end of the day, it was getting dark out, but I noticed he had a box out there, and it had rained. And it might have been the next day because it had rained, and I was like, "What? You just threw all your shit away?" I mean, that was my memories. I was like, "Dad, why'd you throw it away?" Nobody bought it. Of course, now there's a market for that shit. Like I say, we couldn't have known back then. We couldn't have known. The laser discs, you can't give those away now. They were expensive back in the day. Good luck giving them away now. You can't. They were the size of a freaking album. And they didn't take off much back then. The people who did get them had money. And they took good care of them. So when you find those that you're talking about, they're in really good shape. People took very good care of that shit. But nobody wants them. Nobody wants them. I remember the tubes. Yep, I remember the tubes. Because back when families bought the TVs with the tubes, that was back when you were lucky to have a TV in your home, much less, two TVs. A lot of times it's like, you have two TVs, but yeah, they didn't last long. They were expensive to make. The quality was good, and the technology just wasn't there yet, and people couldn't afford it enough to sustain it. But anyway, so people were really they were hesitant to get rid of their tube TVs. They would say, "Oh, this was my dad's. My dad worked hard to buy this TV. I hear the stories all the time." So they wanted to keep those, or this was my granddad's or whatever. But yeah, I remember the tubes and the radios, the ham radios. My dad had CB radios, ham radio, he had all that shit. You could hear them humming. You could hear those tubes humming. CB radios sell really well now. I saw a guy putting pictures up on Marketplace of a yard sale he was about to have about 2 weeks ago. And in the pictures, I noticed in a milk crate, he had CBs. So I zoomed in and I searched those particular ones. They were like $200, and he had a little price sticker on them of $5. And I was like, "Doug, we've got to go to these yard sales." I was like, this dude is selling these CB. I could hardly make words. I was like, for $5 these are selling for $200. If they work. If they don't work, they sell for about $80 for parts. So we didn't make it out that far that day, unfortunately. But yeah, CBs, the older ones, they do very well. And Doug, we used to do the CB thing. Me and Doug had one for home, and we had one in our vehicle. And he had a Thunder Stick. If you're into CBs, you know what Thunder Stick is. Like, everybody had a Thunder Stick. But a TV was a huge investment. It was part of the family. It symbolized hard work and saving. It was symbolic. Now, when you see somebody with a lot of shit, it's symbolic of credit debt most of the time. You know what I'm saying? You do. They are expensive now because they don't make them anymore. So when you find them, that's like some cameras. The film for some of these cameras, you find them, grab them. The Polaroid, the old style ones, the instant ones, you find that film, fucking grab it. They don't make it anymore. You have to watch CB radios. If the moss fit is blown, then it's not worth it most of the time. That's what I'm saying. For parts alone, just for parts, they're selling, some of these are selling for outrageous outrageous amounts. Either way, at $5, I Googled and searched and eBay looked, and just the replacement knobs and the faceplate was like $25. And so I was like, I really wanted to go to that sale. I was like, I got to get those. If I don't get nothing else at that sale, I need those CBs. I need those. There were two that I could see that were identical, and it was the ones that I found. The other one was kind of sitting to the side. It was a third one, and I couldn't make out what kind. But I know Realistic does well because that's Radio Shack. And I don't need to tell anybody that was good quality shit. Radio Shack was good quality. They just couldn't compete. You know, Radio Shack kind of got shut down by China. They couldn't compete. But yeah, I'm enjoying all this guy radio, TV, fish talk. I'm such a dude. I don't know. Just shit I recall, you know? Exactly. CBs are still a fucking thing, dude. And these old ones from like the 80s, the early 80s, they sell. Oh my God, do they sell? A lot of people, I was looking at what Andrew said about the investment of a TV. I was about to say, getting a little buzz. Furniture. Certain pieces of furniture, people would save for a year to buy a dining room set, you know, or they would get their line of credit going at the local furniture store, and they'd make their payments every week of like $4 and change every week until they paid it off. So it would get passed down to the daughter or the son, and they'd keep it, they use it. And then you come up to my generation, and we would take it, we would use it if it was left to us. But then you take my kids' generation, and they don't want it. I mean, my kids would love to have it, but most kids in that generation, they don't want it. They want that IKEA crap. They want that fake wood. No, thank you. My kids would be like, I'll take the real wood. What you got to leave for me? What do I inherit? I do not want that IKEA crap if I can get away from it. My kids want, but if they take it, they want to be able to paint it. And then the family has a fit. Don't paint it. That was grandma's. It's like, look, do you want me to take it? Because it's out of date. I'll take it, but I have to update it. So it just, you want to respect that, you know, but grandma had a big dining room. So she had a big table with a lot of chairs because she entertained a lot. The family all came there. The people now have smaller places. They don't want as much stuff. So it just doesn't work, you know? And it was symbolic of hard work. And it can cause chaos. People don't want you messing it up, or they want you to take it. They don't want to have to sell it. Battery of the Month Club. That sounds really familiar to me, Guns. It really does. We only had one TV. It stayed in the family room. We had one TV, but then for my 16th, for my 16th birthday, my mom and dad got me a TV. And since my sisters had moved out, I got, out of the 4 bedrooms, I got 2 of them. One was my bedroom, one was my den. And I fixed it up. I had a love seat, I had a chair, I had a coffee table, a lamp, wall hangings, a TV with a TV stand. Oh, I was hooked up. And that was my room. And if my mom or dad wanted to come in there, then they knock. They didn't just walk in. They would knock on the door. Wow, that is in the tube's dried up. Then we had to get a modern one. Yeah, people don't value things like they did back then. You know, Andrew, they really don't. Everything's disposable. It just is. I broke our 65-inch TV. I did. I broke it. I threw a water bottle at the cat and it hit the TV and it broke it. And Doug was trying to haul it outside to throw it away. And I was like, oh, no, you don't. We've had it for like 8 months. You're not throwing that away. It is in my second eBay room here where my storage is. I told him I'm going to haul it into a repair shop and have it repaired. We paid too much money for it. So I still have that mentality where I value shit. I'm not that disposable item person. I don't have it in me. We had to fight over the remote that had a cord to the TV. How old are you? You're younger than me. How old are you? I do not. We never had a TV with the corded remote. I think we completely skipped over that because we didn't upgrade during that time. We waited until it was a different time. So we missed that section, you know? Oh God. And you remember a corded TV remote? Dude, I'm 10 years older than you. And I remember they existed, but we didn't have one. Yeah. My mom and dad had the big giant console TV it was like furniture. And also she had, I think my dad paid like $1,200 for this. It was the sewing machine with the case, the sewing machine. It was a cabinet. It was a giant wood cabinet. And you would pop the top open. You push down and it would click, click. And you'd lift it up. And you'd set that panel to the side, and then you reach in and you pull the actual machine up and you push it back and it would rest in place. And when you were done sewing, you'd push it back and it would click again and go back down. I remember it very well. And I don't even know where that is now. I'm sure one of my sisters got it. They always have their hands in everything. Yeah, I remember my dad saved forever to get that for her, and it did all the fancy stitches. I can close my eyes. I can picture that fucking machine right now. It's off-white. At the last I saw it, it was like an off-white color. It was in pristine shape, like the best care taken of it. It was still from that time frame where you valued what you worked for, you know. It wasn't just credit debt and disposable shit like IKEA, you know. So it's white. I don't remember what the fucking name of the company is. But it had a black strip across the panel that showed each individual stitch. And you'd push a button, and every time you'd push the button, it would have a button under each stitch. And you'd push the button, and it would turn red. And that would be how you knew you were on that particular one. I remember it so well. And it had the little storage areas inside. It was really cool. Like I said, my grandfather was a cheapskate. He never let things go. Like I said, he jerry-rigged. For years, we didn't get a new TV until 99. We used that TV forever. Wow. You know, people are like that. I wonder where that sewing machine is. I never sewed. I didn't sew. My sister Angel used the machine probably more than anybody because we're all built the same. We're all this ass and thigh and a little waist. Our waist is not proportionate to everything else. So we would buy clothes. Well, I didn't have the problem until I got older. It was called the Armstrong issue. So when she would go to the mall and she would buy a pair of jeans, and they had to be this certain size to fit her ass and her thighs. But that meant the waist was too big. So I remember her coming in from the store, throwing her 16 plus bag or her Charles Shop bag on the floor, and then going to the back room where the the machine was at that time, popping it open and sewing in. She would hem in the waist. She had to. I mean, she had to hem in the waist of every pair of pants she owned. She had no choice. And it was just, it was made to last. Guns, that is why I like my vintage shit. I love my vintage coffee maker. I love my vintage blenders. Anything I've got vintage like that, I fucking love. They're still here because they were made to last. Now companies make shit so that you get rid of them or they break. Like, they make them so they're good enough that when they work really good, you love them. But then when they putter out, you loved them so good, you're going to replace them with the same brand. And it makes no sense. Like, this computer is the same computer, the laptop that Teresa Artistic Designs bought for me in 2016. I still have it. It's a Lenovo ThinkPad. I love it. I will buy another one when I need to. But in the meantime, I'm transferring everything off of here onto the other external hard drive. And I'm taking this into the shop and having the entire hard drive replaced and any upgrades done that need to be done. I love this computer. I've had it for 5 years. Love this computer. Hi, Cameo. It is the chit chat room, Cameo. Just talking about everything. Levi's jeans, yeah. They're thin. They do have a line of Levi's jeans that are more durable, but you pay up for them. You really do pay up for them. Hello, Ortho, the gay interior decorator / Paul. Andrew, I have me and Doug got a washer and dryer set through a guy that worked with Doug a couple years back, maybe about 2.5 years ago. Well, no, it was after we moved in here. So we moved in here early 2019. So right at 1.5 years ago, actually. And they were older. Well, the washer was just, we used it for a while. Only paid $100 for it, for the set. And the dryer is fine, except for the fact that there's something wrong with the inside rim around the opening, and it catches our clothes and rips them. Not every time, but we've gotten to where we now have a piece of a rag we just shove in that spot so it doesn't do it. It works most of the time. So, hey, Tribe, how's it going, man? Yeah, everybody knows who you are. Paul, you ain't tricking nobody. So, what was I saying? I got a buzz saying that. Oh, so anyway, Andrew, we still have the dryer, even though it rips up our shit, but the washer kind of pooped out on us. It got all fucked up. I don't remember what happened, but I remember it went to shit. So I found this washer online, and I was like, why is she selling it if it's so amazing? So we went to pick it up. I think we paid like $125 for it. I think. I don't want to get quoted. I think it was like $125. We got there and I saw the house. It was massive. It was like a mansion. And she was outside waiting with her husband and some other guy, and they had already brought it out. And I said, why are you getting rid of this if it works so good? She said, I have a laundry room upstairs and downstairs, and I just don't go upstairs. And we're downsizing. We're getting a smaller place as well. I went, oh, okay. I was like, now I get it. Now that I see the house, it's massive. You have 2 laundry rooms. She said, we've just never used it. I used it one time. It still had the book with it and everything. Brand new. Beautiful. It doesn't have the agitator in the center. It's that one that's just a giant drum. And it's, I think, a Whirlpool. I think. Or a Maytag. It's one of those. Anyway, I hate that fucking washer. I want the old one back. I hate that washer. It uses too much water. It takes forever. I hate that washer. It should not take 48 minutes to wash a load of clothes. I hate it. I hate it. No joke, my grandmother's still using a 1980 JVC microwave. The thing's still chugging. Do you know? Oh, right, I'm going to tell you right now. For Christmas one year, I told Doug, I want to get your mama something good. And he said, well, obviously. I said, okay, well, she needs a microwave. She still has the same microwave. It's older than the one in the movie Poltergeist. She has an old microwave from like 1975. And it was that funky wood grain with the turn. It was old. Doug was a little kid when she got it. And she got it the same time her sister got one. They had the same exact one. So we got her. We went to Sears. Well, I went to Sears. Doug had to work. That's how we were able to spend money because Doug was working his ass off. But I went to Sears and I picked her out a big, gorgeous stainless steel microwave. This thing was beautiful. Over $300 for this fucking microwave. And we gave it to her for Christmas. And she was like, are you serious? I was like, yes. She was, what about the other one? It works fine. I was like, Connie, it's time to upgrade. The whole family has given you shit about this damn microwave that came over on the Mayflower. You gotta do this. We finally, there's no excuses. Here it is. She kept saying, I can't afford a new one. So we bought it. It was there. So we didn't go over for a while because we had left the area for Doug's job and we came back. It had been like 8 months, maybe 10. And the microwave wasn't there. It was a little one, a little small metal, like stainless steel microwave. We were like, that's not the microwave we got you. She went, it broke. I went, what do you mean it broke? She said it didn't work. It just wouldn't work. I had to throw it away. I went, you threw it away? I bought you an extended 3-year warranty. She went, I didn't know. I was like, oh, God, Connie, I bought you the warranty. I was like, oh, my God, I'm not going to spend $300 on a microwave and not get the warranty. So anyway, she threw it away. It didn't work. And the one that we made her throw away was working fine. So there you go. Good. It's good she didn't take it. She needs to keep using the microwave she's got because shit's not made to last anymore. Those old microwaves gave you an X-ray a day. They worked great. Well, that's better than what you get nowadays because if you ain't got insurance, you don't get no X-rays. But yeah, that little big story just to say that, I really felt bad about making her throw away her giant, this thing. You could have cooked a toddler in this microwave that she had. So we knew she wanted a big one. I tried to stay within the realm of what I knew she was really, holding on to. But we got her a really nice Sears Kenmore. And I said, did you like cook a pan in it or something? But the rules are still the same. So I knew she hadn't, but it's like my grandmother microwave had the turn dials. I bought her a new one. She gave it away. I was pissed. When microwaves came out, they saturated the high-end market first and charged an arm and a leg for them. Now they're $100 easy. This is because they're not made to last. They're crap now, Cameo. They really are. They really are. It's awful. I love my vintage appliances. I really do. I'm seriously totally down with us getting some land, building a small home, a really small home that fits the basics of what we need. And getting a wood burning cooker. I'm good with that. I don't cook. Doug does. It wouldn't bother me a bit. No, I'm not going to keep it rolling until 6 a.m. I'm drinking my harder lemonade and then I'm going to be gone. I thought I'd be done by now. How long have I been on? 2 hours. See, I thought I'd be done in like 40 minutes, but clearly I was mistaken. That was delicious. 10 people watching. Nobody's interested. Like, nobody's watching. This is just normal chat. And you remember the good old days? Do you remember the good old days? The good chats had lots of personalities. Like, I was talking to Doug about it, remembering back in 2015 when I had the bangers going on and into 2016. And we had so many personalities on the panels in the beginning. So many fucking personalities. It was just fantastic. But it's not like that anymore. Now, when you do a stream or you see a stream, you've got the main person, and then it's like everyone else is competing to be worse. I don't know. I haven't watched them in a while, but what the ones I've seen, in the past, it's like, is there a competition to be just sucky? I don't get it. It's like, who can be the meanest? Who can be the most arrogant? Who can say the most hateful stuff, or who can dominate the most? I don't regret the early hangouts. They were a lot of fun. They were a blast. Now it's just about a show. Put on a show. I don't get it. You did? You unsubbed a lot of people, Cameo? Yeah. I can't say that I unsubbed a lot of people. I didn't see where it benefited my life to watch a lot of them. And it isn't just about benefiting myself. It was taking up time that I needed to utilize to actually live my life. You see what I'm saying? I needed to get a life, because when this becomes your life, hi, Mark Dodge. You missed the old YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, the old YouTube the old Boyd is like the old Boyd for sure. It's just, it's never coming back. The division happened, and that's just the way it is. I still got the gas Kenmore range in this house from 70s. I have lighted it with a match, and it held up nice. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, I think monetization did, because people were that, and narcissism. Everyone has a little healthy narcissism. Obviously, you have to do what we do to even go on the camera. There's a healthy level of it. There has to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it was it's like, if you can't cut it in Hollywood, you'll be a star on YouTube. I don't know. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It works, Cameo. I am cheap. I want, Andrew, you shouldn't replace it. You should not replace it. If it works, I learned the hard way. I mean, you live and you learn. Seeing my mother-in-law, toss out her Mayflower Pilgrim microwave because we got her a new fandangled one, and it was for nothing. Who remembers Web TV? Who remembers it? Just going to put that out there. Web TV. Gotta love the people who get on panel and take over. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't watch it anymore. I don't watch anybody. I watch 0 live streams. I will pop in and say hi to somebody every now and then, because I like them and I want to say hi. And then I'll say bye and I'll leave. I just don't have time. I really don't. Rosie won't do nighty baking anymore because YouTube started flagging her. Really? Web TV, yes, guns from the 90s. Doug's mom did not have a computer. She said she was scared of them. She was, I don't know nothing about them, don't want one. We were like, we'll get you. I don't want one. So this was before the microwave thing. Okay. This was like the year before, maybe 2 years before. And I told Doug, I said, I've been thinking about it and I know what we need to get for your mom. And he said, what? I said, we're going to get her a web TV. He went, why? I said, she loves her TV. She loves her. Every night after she gets off work, she's sitting in front of that TV and she's watching movies until 2 and 3 in the morning. We're getting her a web TV. So we got her. We went to Sears and we got her the Kmart's where we got that one. We went to Kmart to get that. It was hard to find that Christmas. They were impossible to come by. And went Kmart, they had some, got her a web TV. And when I will never, I will never forget her Christmas morning when we came over there and we gave, we did the gift exchange and everything. I got my first strike in 14 years of YouTube. I spoke out about the C shot. You got a strike for that? That's silly. Everyone has an opinion about the shot. It's not Boyd. They climb it, but then they go real life on some one and call the cops on others. It's gotten sick, scenes all the dirt. Yeah, but Andrew, some people don't go real, but they will encourage others to go real. That is happening as well. They encourage other people to do it for them. So, I mean, it's just, there's nasty people have ruined it for everyone. The nasty people have fucking ruined it. But anyway, I'll never forget Christmas morning, waking up, going over there and her opening up her present. And she opened it and she went, "What is it?" And we were like, "What do you mean, what is it?" She went, "There's a keyboard." And she's looking at the box. "Is it a computer? I don't know what I'm looking at." We were like, "It's a web TV." She went, "A what? I have a TV." We're like, "No, it's..." I was like, "Whatever." So we set it up for her. She fucking loved that web TV. Oh my God. She loved that web TV for almost a year, maybe a little more. And I was like, "I have a computer. We need to just take it over to your mom." So we gave her a computer. And I had a computer, so we gave it to her, and she loved that until some fucked up stuff happened on the computer. Madison doing her shenanigans, as kids do, teenagers do, and she lived there at the time, and she put it on the side of the road. I said, "Connie, you can't blame the computer. I don't want it in my house." She never went back. But yeah, web TV. She loved it. She fucking loved it, man. But that was really cool. For people that were scared of the computer, web TV was a perfect alternative, I'm almost done. Well, web TV wasn't TV. It was a computer that worked through your TV set. It was pretty neat. It had it's kind of like a Roku. It was only like a Roku for the internet instead of a Roku for TV shows. It was websites. You could go to, it had MySpace. It had Yahoo. And it had a browser, so you could just go to whatever you wanted. And I don't even remember. It had Hotmail. It was before Gmail. I know that. It's not Boyd anymore. All the old time don't come around anymore. If all we don't got no real Boyd chat. I know. Yeah, all the OGs are gone. There's none left. Rosie's still around. Lucky really doesn't get any views anymore. People don't even really. He has a loyal group that do follow him. It's just not. He used to do a lot better. People are just, they're all gone. Jimmy doesn't even. I haven't seen Jimmy around in ages. Not Debbie, Ariola, none of them. I haven't seen anybody around. I don't know. Shay and Ricky, I haven't seen them. Yeah, the drama community kind of took over. Boy, it's not the same, and it never will be again. Boyd's gone. It's dead. She says we need video responses again. No, you don't. There's already too many of those right now, but it's coming through the drama community, and it just gets so nasty. I don't watch them, but I hear about them sometimes when they're bad, and I'm like, God, so glad I got away from that shit. YouTube used to be a site of freedom of amateur people to stream and make videos, yeah. But the more corporations got involved buying ads, the more YouTube became corporate. They got stricter, but then there were laws as well. But I mean, like that Jake Paul guy, people like him, get them the fuck. I mean, just the nastiest of the nasty, the dirty, the sickening, the disgusting, the immoral, the shitheads. Get them gone. They ruin it. I don't understand the drama community. I do not understand. So many people go out of their way to have a drama-free life. Because drama is going to happen. That's part of life. But to go out of your way to create drama, clearly you don't have a life. I mean, you don't have a life, because if you did, you would already have enough of it and you wouldn't want any more. Some people just want to watch it. They love to watch it because, they had drama and the drama chilled out in their life, so they kind of miss it, which tells me they were probably the ones who created the drama in their life to start with. I did a rant video today about all that, but never posted it. Did you? Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't see that. Jake Paul is the biggest douche on YouTube. He is a piece of shit. Then he pulled that little trick, got your hat, and ran. And I told Doug, I hope he beats the fuck out of him. I hope he beats that ass. I cannot stand him. I don't think the drama community understands itself. I don't think the drama community cares. Those are just people that need to be center stage attacking others to feel better. I mean, they don't know. They don't have limits. Like, we all see shit we don't like with an individual, and you just kind of gotta, boy, I'm just gonna leave that one alone. I'll let that lay right there. And like behind the scenes, you'll talk to a friend and be like, did you see that shit? But the drama community has to say something. They're like, ooh, people will like this video. Other people will agree with me and they'll watch. And then I'll be famous. I'll be YouTube famous. It's like, wow, that's your goal in life? You don't have goals. I don't care if anyone ever fucking knows who I am. David, you don't want to know who he is. You don't know who Jake Paul is? Him and his sorry ass brother? Just Google Jake Paul. Just do that. That guy, and he's so hard to look at. My God, that dude's ugly. He is so fucking hard to look at. Difficult. Too many of the old guard that host chats of Boyd have sold out. I don't watch anymore. Yeah. And I don't do really streams anymore because I'm boring. First off, I'm just chatting and no one's looking for chat anymore. They want drama. They want arguments. They want people on the panel butting heads and fighting. And I can't, and nobody comes to my panel anymore, because they're all gone. There's nobody left. So yeah, he got YouTube wealthy. YouTube needs to get rid of those people. Get freaking rid of those people. I mean, he got wealthy by being a dick. There's this other guy that I just cannot fucking stand. And I'm going to get heat for it, but I can't. He's so gross. He's another one that's almost impossible to look at. You just kind of have to cover. You can't. That Upchurch guy. He's like a hip hop rap guy, a country rap dude. Ryan Upchurch, is that his name? Whoo! Yeah, he deserves all that money. He's right there with Jake Paul. Just no. And when he talks, he's like he opens his mouth as wide as he can, and he's like, his lips are just going everywhere. He's just so gross. I cannot look at him. I cannot look at him. Him and Jake Paul right there. Like to see them two together. I'm sure they'd get along nicely. No, I don't know. I'm a bigger dick. No, I'm a bigger dick. No, I'm the dick. No, I'm the dick. He got famous, that Ryan Upchurch guy, from this shit, just like Jake Paul did. The worst thing about YouTube, everybody copies another channel idea to chase money. I know. If I see somebody doing something on a channel, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Even if I had planned to do something on my channel and I noticed someone else bigger did it, I scratch it. I'm like, I'm not going to look like I'm fucking following someone, you know? So if you type in the toy reviews, you'll get 500 channels of it. Well, that's different. I mean, there's a lot of people that do toy reviews, and that's okay, because of a review channel is basically someone's opinion of it. So I don't really have a problem with that kind of stuff, you know, but like, so many people tried to follow, here's an example, Graveyard Girl. Some people tried to follow her with, she had that, does this thing really work? On Fridays, she always had that, does this thing really work? And she would buy an item that was like as seen on TV, and she would test it out to see if it really worked. And a lot of other people tried to do the same thing. And I was like, lame. Dude, it's being done. It's hers. You can't have it. You know, Bunny Meyer owns that. You can't have it. You should just be you on here and do what others, right? There you go, Hondo. There you go. Individualism doesn't exist here anymore. It just does not. It's people seeking that. They're chasing that fame. They're just, it's so stupid. Maybe toy review isn't the best example, but I just mean everyone copies. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know, my opinion was that toy reviews aren't bad. That and restaurant reviews, because you're in a different area. Everyone's in a different area. And I want to share my opinion, you know, but when you try to take up like the segment of, does this thing really work? Yeah, you can't do that because someone's already doing it. And you're unoriginal and lame. A waffle fallen? No, I hadn't seen that. But if it's a 6-second video, they ain't making a whole lot of cash on it, that's for sure. I was reading these toy channels made big bucks. Then YouTube changed with comments and kids stuff, and they are not making what they did. That little Ryan kid is. His mom and dad turned him into a cash cow. I think it's horrible. It is horrible. If y'all notice, when Aaron and Jack weren't posting videos a lot, it's because they didn't want to post videos. And then they completely stopped, obviously, when we moved in here and we had other shit going on. Then they left. But I'm saying, while they were here and we were doing their channel, I didn't make them post any videos. If I said, hey, you guys want to do a video of this? If they went, yeah, then we did it. If I said, hey, you guys want to do a video of this? And they'd go, Nina, we don't want to. I'd go, you sure? And they'd go, yeah, we don't want to. I'd go, okay, well, let me know if you change your mind. You know, but I would encourage them. I'd be like, hey, this would make a good video. But if they said no, then that's what it was. But that little kid, that Ryan's World kid, his parents are horrible. Just horrible. They've turned him into a cash cow. I must admit, I love the music videos and the bootleg TV content that gets uploaded. That's funny. It's nice to see you on here, Mark. I don't see you around a lot. You know, you used to, every now and then you drop a comment on my video or something, but yeah, I hadn't really seen you around. Where did Laura go? Did she leave? gotta go get my hair cut again. Or go get my hair cut, period. Ever seen Monster? Oh, yeah, we saw that. I saw that Eileen Warno's comment. Felt sorry for her, yeah. Sweet Melissa. Hi, Sweet Melissa. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment at 3:41. It's been a fucking hour ago. I was obviously looking into the camera to talk to you guys, and I wasn't looking at the side chat. Things I don't seem to catch your lives. Yeah, it's not often. Like tonight, I would usually be sitting in front of the TV doing my research, aka watching thrifters and flippers to find out what's selling right now. It's always better to find out from people that are going through it than to experience it by wasting your money or experiencing by regretting walking past something that you should have bought. You know, I'm stoned and sleepy. Time to get some sleep. Have fun. Oh, you're so full of shit. Well, it is 4:40, so yeah. Well, thank you for coming in, Guns. It was nice seeing you. I miss you. Like, I heart your face and everything. Heart your face, man. Love you. Love you, man. I can't. I have a drunk heart. It's okay. Good night. I found you through Rosie like years ago when you had your bitch cave. My bitch den, my she shed. Yeah. That was 2015. You've been here longer than most. Longer than a lot of them. I've got one person that's been following me and is now I consider a friend since 2014 when I started doing these like on camera things. Zuzamad. And she's a friend now. Like if I won the lottery, I'd hook that bitch up. I fucking love Zuzamad. I love her. I love her. She'd be like one of the first ones in Guns. Obviously, David Guns is never going to have to want for anything again. It's my brother. So Greg get up every day around 5:30, no matter what time I go to bed. My pups wake me up. All right. Well, good night. Sleep tight. I think there's nothing about bed bugs because then you'll start itching and stuff. Oops. I remember your hangouts with Jimmy. They were a blast, Cameo. Those were fun. We had so much fun. Like I said, me and Doug were talking about that. I got to go, guys. I got to go to bed. Take care. Corey and chat. God bless. Take care. Cameo and Guns and Tribe. Good night, Andrew. Thanks for coming in. It was nice to see you. Good night. Me and Doug were just talking not long ago about how I was like naming off people like Pounder and everybody from the hangouts. And I said, I was looking for something today. I was looking for something on my channel and it was on a hangout. So I went to one of the hangouts, one of the early ones. And I just realized how much fun they were. And he was like, they were fun. You had a blast. You were so happy when you were doing those. I said, they were so fun. He was like, they were. He used to watch. He was because I was in my bitch den, and he'd be sitting inside the house on his computer watching. Be watching the streams. He loved it. He said, you had so much fun. You were so happy. And yeah, when that broke up, it hurt our hearts. It hurt my heart too. I'll never understand that one. But yeah, they were fun, and then chaos ensued. Hair pulling, backbiting, eye gouging. It was just ridiculous. And it almost made me regret all of it. And then I watched the video not long ago and I was like, yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. I don't regret it. It was good. You don't see those kind of bonds anymore. You notice that? I really had a bond with the people. I'll stay up as long as I can. Tribe. I think I made the mistake of thinking that I made lifelong friends with those people. And it's kind of like, and I've used this before, it's kind of like expecting the lion not to eat you because you wouldn't eat him. I didn't expect what happened because I never would have done that. I would have never, it never even crossed my mind. It was so far removed from where I was that it made no sense to me. So I work afternoons and am biologically a night owl since childhood. It's nice to have fellow night owls on YouTube. Yeah, I lost a couple and still miss them, but it will never be the same. No. Small town pizza lawyer. Jimmy loved your groceries all the way until it destroyed his marriage. Oh my God, here come the trolls. Yeah, I destroyed his second or third marriage. Oh yeah, that was me. I don't even know how that... So anyway, yeah, it was good. It was good until it wasn't. And then the vultures swooped in and people were scared to challenge the vultures. So the vultures never got challenged, and then the vultures kind of took over, aka the trolls and drama community. 11 viewers and a troll. Yeah, there's no drama here, so it's kind of just like if you want to chat, then this is the place to be, but they don't want to, nobody wants to chat. They want to troll or they want drama. If I have to do what these people are doing to get 500 or 1,000 views, I'll just never get a 500 or 1,000 views. That's the best I can say. I'll never get 500 or 1,000 views. And I've gotten that before. But I did it by having multiple personalities on the panel. So many people on the panel, in fact, that we used to have to alternate them. Y'all remember, we rotated them. I'm not a troll. I'm Skiwee on my unbanned account. I knew it had to be Skiwee. If not, it's somebody pretending to be Skiwee. If it's Skiwee, then hi. And you're not banned. I'm telling you, you're not fucking banned. I checked. I have no reason to ban you. You know this. And I thought maybe one of my wrenches had banned you, and you're not banned. You're honestly not banned. Do you watch Real Stream News or Rich Life of Road Trips? I know who they are, but I don't watch them. I legit don't watch anybody here at all. The only thing I watch, and not from this channel, I watch from my newest channel that I don't have any subs on or anything. It's devoted strictly to watching people that thrift, yard sell, estate sell, and flip. And they sell on Mercari and eBay. They DIY and then resell. They'll buy stuff that's at a thrift store that nobody wants, that's so old and beat up. They revamp it, they upcycle it, and then they sell it for like 5 to 10 times more than they paid for it. I've never heard of Vernetic Wolf, so I've never watched them. I don't know who they are. CJ from RSN has always given me the heebie-jeebies. Never liked the guy. Cameo. Corey, we know you watch Rich Life. I know who he is, and he's actually one of my Facebook friends, but I've never watched him. Oh, Corey, do you watch Lori, the antique appraiser? Oh, me and Dr. Lori had an exchange. Yes, we had an exchange. Are you getting back into the breast pump business? If I buy a lot of discontinued items that are functioning, yep, I sure will. Rich Life is total drama, and he also yells and feeds his trolls, and Real Stream News covers him and others on the boy. Pretty entertaining. Really? Yes, me and Dr. Lori had an exchange. The very first video I watched of hers, I was not impressed with the way she was talking to people. I thought she was super shitty. And I told her so. I didn't really tell her. I just said it. I just said, wow, these people come to you for your knowledge, which is obviously plentiful, and you are talking down to them, you're snapping at them, and you're speaking to them like they're stupid because they don't know what you know. And I was like, you should probably value them more. They're the ones who make your channel. And I didn't know at the time that she was, I mean, I knew she was knowledgeable based on the fact that she could just pick something up and tell you all about it. But I thought it was arrogant and shitty of her, the way she was going. Come on, come on, come on. Why did you buy it? Why did you buy it? What? Come on. And then she'd go, and she was just so shitty. And I was like, yeah, you're a shitbag. But she commented back and she said, who else here feels that way? And I told Doug, I said, this chick commented back over that. I said, man, the trolls would eat her alive. She literally responded to that comment. And I told her, don't be offended by me. I'm nobody. You're clearly bigger than I'll ever be. You know what you're doing. And the people that are coming to you simply don't mind being talked down to the way you do. Congrats on your YouTube channel growth and your ability to basically define everything that they put in front of you. I just think you should be nicer to the people that come to you for your knowledge, and you should stop talking down to them. Peace out. So yes, she does do that. And it pissed me off. I was like, and I do watch her now. But that was the first video I watched of her. And I told her, I was like, look at this woman. Like, she is totally talking down to these people like they're beneath her. And she's got that weird little, that little twerk, that little, it's, I don't even know what it is. But she'll go, it's so stupid. I'm like, what is up with her little weird nervous twitch? But Elvis posts rants about Rosie on Facebook, and people load them on YouTube. Sometimes the drama can be entertaining. Well, again, you know, I've got kids and grandkids and a husband and bills and trying to start a resale business. I've got enough drama. I don't have room anymore, you know, for more drama. I can't sleep. I've had the Jimmy leg since I got my second COVID shot. Just a coincidence, perhaps. Really? Yeah, it probably is. You talking about like a muscle twitch? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what that is? I'm glad you got your shot. I just don't have room. I just don't have room. And the thing is, if you do want to say something to somebody, you can't just say it and have one thing said back and be done with it. If you say something and share your opinion, it's a floodgate of 6 months of nonstop attack stalking. I mean, so that's, you can't say nothing, or you're in for a nonstop beratement under all of their accounts. So, I mean, and all the people that they encourage to go after you. And that goes for a lot of these channels. A lot of these channels are like that, like so many of them. And then it dawned on me, wow, these are all in the drama community. Like every fucking one of them. So I backed away. Way back. I backed away. It's been over a year ago. Do the stinky leg. But Cameo, you agree? Dr. Lori, she does that. She's really, really condescending, and she talks down to people. And I tried to make her understand these people are coming to you because they don't have the information and the abilities that you have. But then they have to go, well, she can talk down to me as long as she gives me the information I'm seeking. You're kind of holding them hostage. And I said something to her. I didn't know she was that big. I didn't know that she used to work at museums and stuff, and I didn't give a shit. I still would have said it. Even now that I know, I still would have said it, you know. But I told her, congratulations on your channel. You're doing an amazing job. And clearly these people don't care that you talk down to them like they're nothing. Good for you. You got yourself quite a following. She's knowledgeable. She's very smart. I think she takes advantage of it. I don't think it's right. I was watching her she does her, I think it's Friday night. She does her live where people come on and they show her what they have. She's been doing this long enough to know that when people come on, some of them want to talk about that thing, or they want to talk about why they bought it because it means something to them. Well, this one woman, this last stream, I think it was, now Mark, she's knowledgeable. She like fucking knows every mark, and she'll tell you, don't look at the mark, forget the mark. Everyone wants to get wrapped up in the mark. And I'm like, that's what they do. We're regular people. We're laymen. This is what we do. We don't know how to discern the glaze pattern, lava glaze, or, salt glaze. We don't know all that, I mean, I do. I'm saying, but not everyone does. So, I mean, we have to look at the mark. We look at what is right there indicative of what we have in our hand because we're laymen. But anyway, this woman that was doing, I always catch it after it's live, when she does her hour-long lives. And people come on, and this woman was trying to explain something to her. And Dr. Lori was trying to talk over her because, of course, she's that corporate problem that Mark was just talking about. She's trying to cram it in within an hour and get the fuck out of there. I mean, she is determined to make it an hour and get the fuck out of there. And this woman was talking, and Dr. Lori was trying to cut her off and end her particular segment with that chick. And she went, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead. And she dropped her head like she was bothered. And I was like, wow, could you act a little more annoyed by the woman that came to you for help because you invited her to come on for help? So Antiques Roadshow is great. She actually worked for them for a while, Mark. She was one of the ones on there as well. The pricks on the Antique Roadshow, they're pretty arrogant too, but I think Dr. Lori's got them all beat. I love Antiques Roadshow. I like the old Antiques Roadshow. I like the twins. I cannot remember their name, but the brothers, I loved the brothers. They were so animated and excited when they saw something, and you could tell it was something that they weren't used to seeing because they both got super freaked, and I fucking loved it. I was like, look at them. This is something good. Look at how excited they are. But, yeah. I can't imagine why she's not on Antiques Roadshow anymore. Probably cycled. She probably worked at the Smithsonian for a while too. I mean, you don't learn and expand your mind and continue your education by staying in one place. That's why I love talking to people who have traveled the world. I love talking to people, and I don't mean military that have gone from place to place, and people that have actually traveled the world, interacted with the cultures and the people and learned it because they wanted to, not because they were positioned there. Yes, that is a metal straw. I have a bunch of these in a metal cup. But she was smart to bounce around from museum to museum to museum to, and I remember her saying that another interview I saw her on a couple years ago that she had done. I just saw recently, but it was an older one. Chip and Dale. That's real good, Mark. That's good. Stop. Never again tell that joke. Don't ever do it again. So she said that she knew a woman who got scammed. Somebody appraised her item and then offered her money on it. And she sold it to them. And they lied to her. They got a really amazing deal for something that was worth way more. She said, and that's when I got really interested. in finding out the value of things. So I remember that. Are you stocking merchandise yet? I need another toaster. I don't think I'm going to be selling a toaster unless it's brand new in the box and it's worth like $40 and I get it for $2. So that's the only way. I'm not trying to sell shit that you can readily find in the store. You know, there will be some things that I'll get a good deal on and I can do that. But anyway, don't throw me off. Look, I eat, sleep, and breathe this resell shit, even though I'm not fully doing it yet. And that's like all that's my life, I'm actually about to buy, an inventory / financial spreadsheet app to keep up with all this. A Goodwill. Oh gosh, Cameo, it's Jacksonville, Florida. Boy, do we have Goodwills and Salvation Armies and private thrift stores and antique malls. So, if so, they have an as-is store. That is where I got most of my stuff. Amazing stuff. What do you mean as-is store? We have Goodwills everywhere. We've got one right down the road here. They all know us up there at that one. Yeah, I can go, hey, do you have any VCRs? Like about 4 days ago, we were up there. And the girl walked by and she was the manager chick. She was putting shit up on the rack. And I was looking for men's jeans with the tags. I wanted brand new men's jeans. I didn't give a fuck what brand they were until I found them and I could check them out. And I said, hey, do you by any chance have any VCRs back there? She went, I don't know. Let me finish putting these back up and then I'll check. And she went back and checked, said they didn't have any that she could readily see. But if you've ever been to the back room you couldn't have ever been to the back room of this one. I have. I've been to the back room of this one. It's giant and it's a lot. It's a lot. I said, I need to give them my number and tell this chick, if you get VCRs, you need to call me. Because I told her that day, if you have VCRs, I want to buy them all. I want to buy every one. I don't care if you've got 40 VCRs. I want all 40 of them. And she was like, okay. And they didn't have any. Oh, you will never go in the store again once you find their Goodwill salvage store. Now, there is a by the pound store on Beach Boulevard here. And every time I've been, it's been but I never go when it's freshly stocked in the bins. It's always when there's nobody there. It's dead. Everyone's picked through it. And everything's like 49 cents a pound. So you fill your cart and it's 49 cents a pound, you know. So Goodwill checks all their good shit against. Oh, no, they do not. No, they don't. They have the donation right there at the drop-off on the side where I go. Right there, they have the drop-off. It goes right inside and they go through it. They price it. It goes out on the floor. They don't check shit. If there's somebody there that happens to know, then they'll put it in the case at the front. The other day, about 2 weeks ago, there's this young guy that works up there. He's a teenager. He's like 17, I think, if that. And he gives me shit every time because one day I was walking through and I was moving something big as he walked by and I almost hit him in the head. He was like, seriously, you're going to beat me? I was like, don't make me, because I can. So he gives me shit every time now. I asked him to see the pair of tennis shoes in the case in the front. I had already paid, but I wanted to see the shoes. And I had already spent $100 and some, but I wanted to see the shoes. So he pulls them out and I looked at them. They were gorgeous. They looked like they were brand new. And then I flipped them over. No treads. They were worn down to nothing. And I thought, how in the hell do you keep the tops, the actual exposed area, looking so good and no tread? You've worn them to nothing. I said, you want $45 for these? There's no tread. He went, I don't even know what a tread is. What are you talking about? These ain't tires. I said, you know that grip area with the lines in the bottom of your shoe, the lines in the design? He went, yeah. I said, that's your tread. Have you looked at these? He went, it doesn't matter. Do you want them? I went, no, I don't want them. They're garbage. Why do you not have these out on the floor? Or better yet, in the trash? There's no tread. $45 fucking dollars for a pair of shoes with no tread. So anyway, we had an argument. So no, they don't check their prices. They just simply think they know what they have. You know, clothes have gotten hard to find since they send everything to China now. They do? People move to retire. So there's bound to be lots of, no, Mark, that would be from the Tampa area down. They don't move to where I'm at. I'm at the top of the state. I'm in the part of the state where people drive all the way here till they get to Jacksonville and go, all right, we're in Florida. We're stopping here. We are the stop point. People do tend to branch out eventually, but the people that relocate here do so after researching, and they find the cheapest place to live on a fixed income, and it's not Jacksonville. It's not fucking Jacksonville. It is Tampa. It is Sarasota. It's the retirement areas. It's not here. So, yeah, there's treads on the sole of your shoe. Those are treads. All the people go die in... Yeah. Paid 20 cents for a Mikimoto pearl necklace that I had appraised for $6,000. Wow. Wow. The bad thing about YouTube is people post videos about what to look for and resell from thrift stores, which is dumb because they're ruining their own cash cow unless they get more YouTube cash. Mark, I can't agree with that. I guess you would have to see the magnitude of shit that comes into each Goodwill. Some days when we pull it, where we pull in at is a direct lineup with their donation door. And they have so many totes, those big, huge bins. They have the giant bins and furniture. And there's so much shit. And talking to the people up there, I talk to them all the time. That's my main store that I go to. I go to other ones, but that's the one that's right here. The shit that they get in on like a Monday, they will not get, say if they get it in on like the 8th, they will not get it processed and tagged and on the floor until the 20th. I mean, they're so backed up. They don't have time. There's just too much. They put it out there and they slap a price on it. They don't have time. Best place to find good used VCRs is at government and school auctions. Well, when you can find them, you know. I have not done an estate sale since I lived in North Carolina. Cameo. There have been a few. I did contact a man tonight. He had an estate sale last weekend and the ad was still up. And I contacted him and said, do you have anything left over from your estate sale? If so, how much, how could I come and see it all? And would you be willing to sell all of it for one price? And he said they decided to do it again this weekend. So we may go to that estate sale because I saw some vintage clothes and vintage bags and decor that I really, really fucking want to get my hands on. So, that will be one estate sale that we're going to do this weekend. I'm hoping if we can make it out there. I just wanted to buy what he had left because after estate sales, a lot of times they'll just donate it all or they'll throw it away. And I was hoping he still had it in the house so that I could just come look and see what he had and just give him a price and take it. I don't thrift enough. My mom and stepdad are borderline A&E TV show hoarders. So... No, see, I'm not going to ever get that way. My shit's cleaned and organized before. I mean, I don't just like leave it out, and it's for sale because I enjoy thrifting and getting good deals. I have to make sure I keep it going. It's got to keep moving. I cannot let it sit, you know. I made good friends with our local auctioneer. Sitting in the front row and winking at the caller helps a lot. I haven't been to any of those kinds of auctions at all. None. Like when I was a kid, I went to one. I obviously wasn't the one doing the bidding, but I was at one. It was at a place called 1001 Flea Market in Chesapeake, Virginia. And my friend wanted a giant stuffed animal. And this thing was fucking huge. And she was like, Dad, get me it. And he got it for her. He bid on it and he got it for her. So that's the only one I remember ever being at, was that one. What's those curtains behind you? Are you going to host a puppet show? No, that's a sheet. This isn't a room that we actually, this is just my office for eBay stuff. So we haven't got, it keeps the heat out. That side of the room gets a ton of sun during the daytime. Just you can't even breathe in here. So we have to put up that heavy dark sheet. It keeps that sun out. And the AC's right there. But it works as good as a blackout curtain, and I'm not worried about it. No one comes. This is my office. No one comes in here. Doug comes in here from time to time, but for the most part, it's mine. And I'm putting a couch there since we moved all my shelves into the other room and made that my eBay storage area. This wall will be where my couch goes because I have a giant TV right here on this wall. So I can lay here and watch TV until I fall asleep. I've been wanting to do that for years. I make good friends with our, I already read that one. eBay is a great place for computers. People get computers from schools' offices and they upgrade them, etc. Sell them for cheap. There's huge 5-star sellers. You know what, though? I don't like to buy shit as much as I'd prefer not to buy shit from a public open internet platform like that unless I can jump on it and grab it right then. Just like, bam, good deal, grab it and go. I don't want to bid on it because it's going to go higher and higher and then I'm not going to win it. And it's not going to be good for me to resell. I go to these yard sales and this chick is selling clothes for 10 cents a piece. Really? Okay, I'll buy it all. And then you've got this chick selling clothes for $1 a piece. Don't mind if I do. So, I mean, yes, eBay's still making me wait. I've got almost 2 weeks to go. So that's okay, because once they turn me loose, I am off and running. I've got a mountain of shit to list. But, and it isn't all like antiques and vintage and stuff. It's just stuff that I fucking like or stuff that I know is going to sell, either or. But, my kitty, meow meow. See, Doug moved my picture. See, that cat's over there on my shit. Doug moved my Ileana. Mama. That is my white background I pull down when I'm doing my white background. And I might have talked about this on my last one. I don't know. I wanted to get some dark leather looking material for my backdrop when I needed a dark background. Track your mileage and you can write it off on the profits. Oh, absolutely. You can believe it. We were just talking about that tonight, which is why I'm doing a spreadsheet. And I have an accountant right up the road here, like right around the corner that I'm going to be using. Tax time, I'm just going to give all my records to this chick. And I'm going to be like, that's my shit, file my taxes. Because I don't know how to do it and I don't want to know how to do it. Don't care. I'll just pay her to do it. So anytime we have to rent a vehicle, because we want to go to Pennsylvania. I know we're going to Pennsylvania. And we're going to Michigan. Fantastic thrift stores. Fantastic estate sales. Unbelievable antique malls. So we're definitely going there. And we'll be able to write off a percentage for the rental vehicle, for the hotel stays, for the gas, for the meals, all of it. And we're going to... But anyway, we went to find me a section of this fake leather material to make my dark backdrop. And it was like $7 a yard. Something like that. For the really crappy stuff. It wasn't even good. And I went, no, I'll just keep using the black poster board. The pictures look really good. I'll just keep doing that for a while. Pennsylvania's radiated. Oh, well. You live in Michigan? I think you told me that before. No, I'm definitely not going to be going there. There, skiway. That's the best way to do your taxes when you are doing eBay. I love my accountant. She saved me buku bucks. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing it myself. No. So then we go to that yard sale where the chick was selling all the clothes for $1 a piece, which is where I got that 100 and some odd dollar vase for $1. And I got my clothing steamer for $5. And whatever else. I got shoes for $1 a pair, with the tag still on them, brand new. And Doug walks over and hands me this big roll. And it ends up, it's just short of, it says 10 yards. Some of it's been cut off, of the fake leather I was looking for. And I went, no. He went. And I looked at the girl and I said, how much you want for that? She went, $1. It's like, what? Okay. You sure? She went, yeah. She said, well, my mom works at a flea market where there was a lady there that did photography. And that's one of the things she left. I said, well, that's pretty ironic because that's what I want it for, is a backdrop. She went, well, yeah, $1. So I looked it up online. 10 yards of this one that I have in my hand is over $100. I paid $1. I love bargains. So I will be going to yard, and this girl does yard sales every weekend. So I do need to go back to her this weekend as well, because she gets new shit all the time. So I'm going to clean her out of shoes. I'm going to clean her out of clothes. Why I pay any more than $3 for that backdrop? I paid $1. This is $1. It was Cameo. It was a good deal. It was a really good deal. It's marked it says 10 yards. The sticker says 10 yards, but you can see where there's a cut right there. So some of it has been cut off, but we opened it up. It is huge, and we really don't need that much of it. So we're just going to cut off what we need for this so that I can easily switch up between the white backdrop and the black backdrop, or the dark. It's not black. It's like a really deep brown. You know how it is when you're taking the pictures. Certain things are better set off on a dark background, some with a white, you know. Corey, we have to teach you how to be thrifty on good stuff. I think I've got that down pat. Thank you. Seriously? I'm going to show you how it's done, okay? You just follow me on eBay and I'm going to show you. Because then you follow me on my other channel and I'm going to show everybody what I paid for shit. And then I'm going to show you what I sold it for. So, yeah. As y'all say, I flip my junk. I mean, that's basically what eBay is to sell used stuff. It's like Doug said, yeah, how stupid are you? You buy it for $1, then you sell it for $200. What a loser, Corey. You're a loser. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? I can't wait to start my road trips. But I promised Doug that within a year of getting going good, that he would be able to quit his job if he wanted to. And he said, just the other day we were talking about it, he said, when you have so much shit going on that you just can't handle it anymore and you need to hire somebody, and you look at me and say, you got to quit your job, that's when I will put in my 2 weeks. I was like, okay. He said, if you get to the point that you need to hire somebody full time, I'll put in my 2 weeks. You ain't hiring shit. And then we'll just do double the work, because then we'll both be there. I said, okay, fine. He said, you got to get it going first. Corey, the money to be made on eBay is in the form of vintage hanging oil lamps. I don't really think so. What's Doug doing these days? He is working for a company that appreciates the hell out of him. Hi, Diesel. I love Diesel. Say hi to Martha for me. Doug is working for a company that appreciates him. And we're about to put the RV over there. They said we could put the RV over there on the lot, because just for storage. I mean, we're not going to be staying in it like we did at the other job. They basically wanted us to stay in it for security. But yeah. Mark, I listed a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace back in 2016 that were too big to ship. I mean, I could have shipped them. I just didn't want to. But for the most part, no. Now, I'll buy there, but I ain't trying to sell there if I don't have to. I will. She is sitting right there beside me. Hi, Martha. Don't hire Doug. Bring back the Care Bear. The Care Bear works for the state now. He's a government employee. He's got a really good job. He's a really good job. He is the main income breadwinner of his household, him and his boyfriend. And I loved selling jewelry. Oh, God, Cameo. I loved selling jewelry so much. Jewelry was easy to find where I lived, and it was easy to ship. Super cheap to ship, super easy to ship. And there was a big demand for it. I never had to relist anything. Congratulations on your new gun. Thank you so much. Isn't she cute? Odessa is a blessing. That baby is just, when we FaceTime, I tell Shane, I can't stop looking at her. I can't stop looking at her. If I was there, I would not put her, I would not, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to, I cannot stop looking at her. Maybe it's because she's mine, but my God. Do I have a Facebook? I do. She is the happiest baby, but I mean, Shane's a really chill mom. She's a go-getter too, y'all. She's busting her ass. You should cut a hole in your trailer and back that RV up to it. What? That RV is shot. We got to completely gut it. We have to completely gut the RV while it's been parked for 2 years now. You know, up there where Doug's job is, empty. It's been sitting there empty. The rats moved in and just tore up any paper. They tore up everything. They chewed on the actual wall above the pantry. It was just really bad. It's really bad. I was just like, you just need to burn this thing to the ground. Just sell it. Put a $2,000 price tag on it and get the fuck out of here, man. He said, no, I don't want to get rid of it. We'll gut it. We'll fix it. It's frustrating, but this is doable. We can fix this. I send you a Facebook request, but maybe you don't want to dox it. Oh, no, my Facebook's known. You just here. I'll link you to my Facebook. Give me a second. I thought you were on my Facebook. It's facebook.com/SoFugIt, I think. Yeah. And I even have a SoFugIt channel Facebook fan page, but I don't really go on it anymore. So there's my Facebook, my personal one, which you're welcome to send me a friend's request. Absolutely. The Rich Life of Road Trips. He's one of my Facebook friends. Got it. You're done. I got y'all both. Yeah, I don't have a reason to not share my Facebook. I've had that Facebook since 2008, I believe, or early 2009. Yeah, I accepted it. I saw it on there. And I had Cameo's I had several of her Facebook pages as friends for a long time, and they're probably still on there. I don't know. But and yeah, I have a SoFugIt fan page. I should use it more. I just don't. I don't know. I never got into it. I tried. Every now and then I'd go, I'm going to do this, and then I couldn't do it. So there it is. Okay, so what is that for? Leave me alone. Leave. Okay. Share. No. All right. So I'm going to give you the link to the SoFugIt fan page. I hate to call it a fan page, which makes it really fucking lame. It's kind of arrogant, but no, that's what they call these. So Facebook doesn't like my marijuana content, so I don't go there much. Really? I got friends that show marijuana content all the time. They don't get into trouble. I click the link in your YouTube profile, but the link doesn't exist. What? Hold on. Let me see what you're talking about. You're talking about on my About Me page? The Facebook doesn't exist. It took me to So Fuck It Peeps. My Periscope works. 2 years ago was the last time I did a video there, and it was called Enjoy Your Drama. Enjoy your drama. Says page not available on your fan page. Really? I'm sitting here on it. I'm looking at it. That's weird. Publish page. Oh, this page isn't visible. I wonder why. Oh, because it's been inactive. This page is published. Now you can invite friends and share post publicly. Try it now. Tell me if it worked. Hi. Say hi to who? Hi. Make sure to say to Doug for us. Oh, I will. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I will. He's in the bed, obviously, but yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm way more active on all right, try that again. Tell me if it works. Ooh, that looks like fun. In October and in September. Ooh, you got to remind me about that. That's going to get lost in my stream of messages and like postings. That cat never sits still, always scratching her butt licking. She's my baby. This cat's like a dog stuck in the body of a cat. I'm not kidding. It's working. Yeah, it told me I had to publish it. So apparently because I was inactive for a while, it kind of just hit it, I guess. Wait, there she is. I couldn't find her. She thinks she's a dog. Honestly, my baby. She follows me to the bathroom when I go to get my shower. She won't go in with me while I shower because it gets too hot in there. She hates that. So she used to, but she doesn't anymore. As soon as I get out, I dry off a little bit, and then I put my hair up in a towel and grab my second towel. By the time I grab my second towel to dry all the way off, because I put the other one in my hair, I open the door because I can hear her jump down from the desk to the door. I can hear it immediately. I open the door. She comes right in. And you could set your clock by it. It's so weird. And then at night, she sleeps at the foot of my bed, right by my feet. She is like a loyal dog. Night, Corey, inside chat. You too, Diesel. Good night, Cameo. Thank you for being here. It was nice talking to you again. I love when you show up. There's good conversation. And there's no drama. I love it. Trap says, no, Cameo. Yeah, cat's butt lick because no one's butt licking for them. Look how short it is. I can't wait to cut more off. Oh my God. It's going to make it so wavy. Do you still have that ghost in your bathroom that was haunting Cupcake? Haunting Cupcake? What the fuck? There was a ghost? Are you talking about Cupcake Zinger? Where is she? I know the last time I looked at her channel, there was like, she hadn't done anything in a while. Let me go there now that you said Cupcake. You know, my whole ghost situation has changed over the years so much. It comes and it goes. 11 months ago, 7 months ago. Okay, so has anyone heard from Cupcake? don't say that. Cupcake Zinger's not dead. Why do y'all do that?